are so lucky because I think you're listening to the Bleacher Brothers. Can you believe these guys? Hey, I got a secret. I don't think they're really brothers. Don't tell anyone.
Ready to go. Ready to go.
Knock, knock.
Ready to go.
Yay! Yo, 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 yo. It is Thursday, May 2nd. It's May 2nd, Stephen? Can you verify the date? Yes, and get back to me. All right, thank you. Appreciate that. It's May 2nd. All right, cool. I'm goofing with you, buddy. I know the date. I'm not as dumb as I look. People think I am, but I am I'm not as dumb as you think I am. Don't I have that clip? I thought I had that clip. Don't we have something that says I'm not as dumb as you think I am? Rocky? I don't know. Anyway, we're here. It's Thursday night. It's the big sports weekend. This is my favorite Saturday of the entire year because you got the Kentucky Derby and you have a huge boxing fight, which we have both of those. And, of course, you got NHL and you got NBA playoffs. So we're going to get right into Bleacher Bets and get that out of the way because the first game starts soon. It's a 6:30 game tonight. Yeah. 2 games tonight. And they stuck Indiana and Milwaukee at 6:30 tonight, so the Sixers and the Knicks can start at 9 and be in prime time. And did you see that the 76ers ownership went around and bought all the tickets that were unsold so that Knicks fans couldn't get them? And then they were going around the streets of Philadelphia today handing out free tickets to the game. How sorry is that they can't, and it's actually mind-boggling to me that they can't fill that arena up for the Sixers in the playoffs. I mean, Philly, I thought you were better than that, but I don't know, apparently not. We saw the videos of what happened at the last game. So we got some action tonight. Last night did not. I gotta look, and I give you. We screamed from the rooftops. We shouted out last week when we were 32-4. How did we do last night? Let's take a look here. Let's see. Finished bets. So here's one I didn't even give out because I did this a little bit later. No, I did. I did it with Luch, and I screwed up. It was the Oilers and the Kings. What I meant to do is take Oilers money line and over 6.5. You can go back and check the tape. What I did is I took Oilers minus 1.5 and over 6.5. And of course, it went over 6.5 and they won by 1 goal. I should have went and changed the bet, and I did not do it, so that was a loser for me. We had the Heat last night, and all those points. We didn't, by no means, thought that they would win, and they lost. And then we had the Clippers, who I actually thought would win last night, and they lost. So we're going to go with an 0-3 for last night, which puts us, I think, at 5-6 for the week. So we got our work cut out for us. I may be replaced by Steven Luker. Steven, last night, was it your first bet on, what was it, on Underdog? All right. So Steven hit a big one last night on Underdog. I got you on screen, Steven.
Okay.
What'd you hit last night on Underdog, and how are you liking it so far? We had a bunch of new friends, Underdog being one of them. And coming up, I'm sure that we'll hit on some Underdog. Ted Brooks, Sports Profits, coming up at 6:30. Nick the Flick coming up around 7 o'clock. Joe Q in the last hour, Kentucky Derby. So we got a lot going on tonight. What'd you hit on last night, man?
So last night I did a 5-player prop with Luka Doncic to have more than 32.5 points. He had 35 points.
Yep.
Mark Stone I had him go give me more than half a point. He gave me 1 point.
All right.
Logan Thompson did not play, so it kind of made it neutral. So it was a scratch.
Okay. All right.
And then Jackson Churio was a scratch as well.
Okay.
And then Kenta Maeda yesterday, more than 4.5 strikeouts. He had 5 strikeouts in that. It was, if Thompson and Churio played, it would have been 420.75. But since 3 of them hit, it was a 3 for 3, 148 and 50 cents, and I bet $45.
So you bet 45 and you won 148?
Yep.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
That is very good. How are you liking Underdog so far compared
I like
to...
it because you could do live betting. You can when the game's still in progress, like if there's like a baseball statistic or something like how many strikeouts will the player throw in the next inning? Like, let's say if Ohtani was pitching, but he's not going to pitch, but we're just saying an example. If Ohtani was pitching, he's already pitched 2 strikeouts. They might ask you, like, hey, do you want to have him throw more than 8 strikeouts in the next inning? Like 3 strikeouts the next inning. You can place that bet.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I being stuck in Florida, I can't use that bet. So I can't use that app. I just did download last night Prize Picks, and I'm digging it so far. I really don't know my way around it. I did a little bit. I know that they do have some in-game. I'm calling it in-game. It might be called live. They may be calling it live. I gotta sort of figure out how it looks, but let me throw them up. So Prize Picks is our sports promo of the night. Okay. And with Prize Picks, they're doing 100% deposit match up to $100. Meaning, if you open your account up, it's got to be a new account. You open it up, you deposit 100, boom, automatically it's 200. No waiting. You don't have to make a bet. None of that stuff. Your bet doesn't have to win or lose. You just boom, you put 100 in, and it immediately shows your account at 200. I did that last night.
Was the same with Underdog too. I put 100 in and instantly put another 100 in. That's
awesome. That's awesome. We will make Underdog one of our promo of the night one night coming up. Steven's testing Underdog out for us and testing some other ones out. But so far, I kind of like him. One of my picks tonight, so let's get to picks here. One of my picks, I'm messing around on Prize Picks tonight. So again, and I do not know that I put Prize Picks in the description of this, but here's the beautiful thing with Prize Picks. If you want to get the bonus, the deposit bonus on Prize Picks, all you have to do is you can just go to prizepicks.com. You don't have to go through our link. When they ask you for a code, use the code VAULT, VAULT 3. So VAULT and then the number 3. That'll link you to us, and you'll get the bonus match right there. So Vault 3. And what I did on Prize Picks tonight, and this is for fun. I got a couple of my normal picks for you also. We got Prize Picks, and I got so this is 3 picks. And again, I'm still working my way around here. So it's a $20 entry, they call it. Okay. It's a $20 entry. And if it hits, if I get 3 out of 3, I win $100 guaranteed. If I don't win 3 out of 3, but if I score high on points in this contest, because I'm competing with other people, I can still win, but not win the whole 100. Like here we go. This afternoon, I had a 4-player entry. It was Luis Arizi, whatever the hell his name is. Arise, okay. He had to get more than 6.5 fantasy points. He got 7. So boom. I had Soto. I needed more than 8 fantasy points. He got 11. I had Volpe. His number was 7.5. I said he should go under. He got 7. So I'm 3 out of 3. And then the 4th guy who I had was Jaron Doran. And he got 0. I don't know if he played or not. So I lost because I had one blank. And I was able to look at the leaderboard and the people that won money. It looks like you need to go perfect. So whether it's 4 out of 4, 3 out of 3, 2 out of 2, you'll win something. All right. So what I did here tonight in basketball is I went 3 out of 3. And this is fun, and it's not a lot of money. It's $20. If it comes out, I win 100. If you go 4 for 4, you win 200. I think 2 for 2 is 60, I believe, and you have to go at least 2. You can't just pick one. You got to go at least 2 entries. So I got Jalen Brunson tonight, more than 12 rebounds and assists. I got Tyrese Maxey, more than 27 points. And I got Joel Embiid, more than 30.5 points. So I need all 3 of those to hit, and if they hit on a $20 bet, I pick up 5-1 odds, so $100.
There you go.
So that's my prize pick action for tonight. Now let's get to the real action. We need to make a comeback here a little bit, because after that amazing week last night, we are definitely taking it on the chin this week. And it's a bummer that it's happening because I didn't expect this to happen during NBA playoffs. But I guarantee you that as soon as the next round of series start here in both especially the NBA, but also in the NHL, we'll go back on a real hot streak. But here's what I like tonight. Okay, you got Milwaukee at Indiana tonight. Okay, I like Indiana to win the game. I don't know what the absolute latest is, so let me check before I give this out. They were. It looked like Lillard was.
He is going to play.
All right.
Underdog updates you as well with if any NBA news or injuries or anything with players.
He said push notifications, didn't you?
Yeah,
How often does your phone go dead from all the push notifications?
a lot.
All right. So Giannis is out. Dame is in. The Milwaukee Bucks are getting 6 points tonight. I like Indiana to win the game, but I think it might be close. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you two. I'm going to give you Milwaukee, or I'm sorry, not Milwaukee, Indiana money line. They're going to win, but I like Milwaukee plus 6. All right, so I'm giving you both ways here. I'm giving you Milwaukee plus the points, but Indiana wins. And the other game, I really, really, really think that the Knicks completely screwed themselves and they choked it away. And now, of course, the officials have come out and said, oh, we missed the call. That game should have been over. Maxi's basket shouldn't have counted. They said the same thing, if you remember, after game two, I believe.
Yeah.
When they said, oh, we missed 2 fouls on Maxi. So I guess they have to even this stuff out because if you think that there's not a script here, you would be mistaken.
Yep. You would be wrong.
I like Philly minus 3 tonight. I think Philly might win this game by a lot tonight, and it goes to game 7. And I don't know, man. I don't know. The Knicks had this. The Knicks could have rolled. They could have steamrolled right through this and had been on such a momentum streak that they really just could have kept steamrolling. And it just takes one bad bounce to end it all. And the Knicks might have, they might have got that bad bounce, but they caused it themselves. So what do I like tonight? I like Philly minus 3. I like Milwaukee plus the points, but I like Indiana to win the game. So those are my picks for tonight. I gave you 3 of them, and then I gave you our prize picks. And then here's the promo. Open up a new prize pick account. And here's the thing with prize pick also, because it's a daily fantasy account. It's different than opening up, say, a FanDuel or a DraftKings or Bet365, where it's not that difficult to open those up. But you do have to jump through some hoops. You got to give them your ID, and they got to check your verification, where you're at, and your location, and all that. With prize picks, it took me like all of 3 minutes to sign up, hook my bank account up to them, make the deposit, and boom, I was in business. So it's very cool. And when I go on their website, there is there's just so much stuff going on. I have to find out how to do this. But they have stuff on here, Steven, that they do have live. Here you go, MLB Live right here. Spencer already, 2.5 pitcher strikeouts. Logan Allen, 1.5 pitcher strikeouts. But they got European golf, NBA first quarter, NHL first period, Live Golf, Korean baseball, NBA first half, tennis, CS2. What is that? That's got to be a gaming sort of thing.
I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it's a game.
Party astronauts or something. You got Val. I don't know what Val is.
There was another thing there was something I was reading yesterday about gambling, which
What's
shocked
that?
me. Dave & Buster's are letting you bet on arcade games.
Really?
Yeah, allow their customers to bet on their arcade games.
That sounds suspicious.
Yeah.
You know what they say, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. But yeah, it does sound a little bit suspicious. So anyway, those are our picks for tonight. Why don't we do this, Stephen? Let's turn it over to you. So let me pull you up here. And we'll go to a Lucre Live right out of the gate here and find out what we have on tap tonight in sports and what we're looking forward to, and maybe more stuff that we can actually find some action on. So, what's up, buddy?
All right. Okay, right now we're about tip-off time in the NBA with the Bucks and Pacers at 6:30 Eastern Time. At 9 p.m., the nightcap game in Philadelphia. All the tickets are sold out there. All the Philadelphia 76ers bought all those tickets, so the Knicks fans cannot get in. If you're a Knicks fan, you might be lucky if you got your ticket before the 76ers ownership bought the tickets.
Exactly.
And there's some finals in MLB. Final in tennis, the Miami Marlins swept the Colorado Rockies today in a 5-4 win. So the Marlins are showing they actually want to give their fans their Whopper Juniors to eat. And both
Yeah. What is it? If the Marlins win a game, you get a Whopper Junior, or they have to win a series?
Whopper Junior if they win a game.
They haven't given out many Whopper Juniors so far this year.
That was the same thing with the Pistons this season. If they win a game, you get free boneless wings at Wingstop in that Detroit area.
See, it's the food jinx, the fast food jinx.
Yep. In the final in Baltimore, the Orioles beat the Yankees 7-2. A final in New York with the Mets and Cubs. That game went 11 innings. The Mets won on a walk-off 7-6. The Giants beat the Boston Red Sox 3-1. The Texas Rangers beat the Washington Nationals 6-0. Nathan Eovaldi leaves the game because of an injury. If you're wondering where I'm getting these scores and injury news updates things, go on the Bleacher Brothers website. The score ticker is on the top of the page. And if you want to know injury news or recap of the game, they're on below the ticker, and you can read any breaking news that happens.
Gotcha.
And coming up at 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time, the night game of MLB, the Cleveland Guardians, then the Houston Astros. And in the NHL, the nightcap game is the Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, we have some college football breaking news.
Whoa, breaking news. All right, what do you got?
Georgia's football coach, Kirby Smart, is going to be the highest paid football coach in a public school. They are saying he signed a 10-year, $130 million extension, making him the first coach with a $13 million contract.
Okay.
And on this day in history, 1944, Stan the Man Musial of the St. Louis Cardinals hit 5 home runs in a doubleheader split against the New York Giants. Not the New York Giants NFL team, the New York Giants before they moved to San Francisco, folks. And that is your sports update.
5 home runs. Wow. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back. We got Ted Brooks, Sports Profits. So we can keep the sports gambling talk going, and maybe we can get some tips and get back on a good track with Ted Brooks. So everybody sit tight. You are listening to the Bleacher Brothers show. We'll be right back.
To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling all over it.
The dad joke. Corny, grown-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
Why do you have to be careful when it's raining cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle.
And kids that spend more time with their dads grow up to be smarter, more successful.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
And with any luck, funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have any body to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
Okay, men. This is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. I know you won't. Because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. Now go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. It's in the night away. It's in the night away. He drinks a whiskey drink. He drinks a vodka drink. He drinks a lager drink. He drinks a cider drink. He sings the songs that remind him of the good times. He sings the songs that remind him of the better times. Oh, Danny boy, Danny boy, Danny boy. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. It's in the night away. It's in the night away. He drinks a whiskey drink. He drinks a vodka drink. He drinks a lager drink. He drinks a cider drink. He sings the songs that remind him of the good times. He sings the songs that remind him of the better times. Don't cry for me, ex-door neighbor. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down.
This must be talking about our sports picks this week.
I don't know.
We're getting back up. You know something that's amazing is that I spend a lot of time in the car. And I listen to the app.
Right.
Defoe and Martinez, or Martinez and Defoe unscripted. Talk spicy. Back to the dugout. I leave here after the show. When I leave here after the show, I'm listening to LaStella Report. Everything sounds so phenomenal.
It does.
I mean, it's unlike the totally broken sports network that nothing ever sounded good. Nothing ever worked. There were, out of 5 nights, we'd be off 3 of those nights off the radio and just be streaming. This is hooking up with 102.9 has been absolutely phenomenal. And, I'm digging it. And there's a lot more to come. So if you don't know and you're following us, because we know that people are, we give you a rundown of some other stuff. So there's and here's a big one, and he's going to be on here a little bit later. Joe Q after 8:00 with our Kentucky Derby preview. But Joe Q does a show called Also Eligible on Saturday mornings. And this week, special time, 8 a.m., 2-hour all Kentucky Derby. All right. Talk Spicy is on right before us with Coach Gene Clemens. Fantastic. And my wife loves this show also. She's heard him a few times. She's like, where's that guy, Coach? I said, all right, he's on. Coach Gene, so check him out, 4:00. You can find these people. All these shows are on 102.9, and they stream across all the Bleacher Brother platforms. LaStella Report, obviously, we know about that. Defoe and Martinez, that thing streams everywhere. And it's on 102.9. And there's more. So let me go to the phones right here and see if we can get this to work. I just talked about how great everything works right now. So, hey, Ted.
Yes, sir.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. Am I live on the air right now?
You are live on the air. I am screenerless tonight. Steven, do me a favor. Just go to the app and go to the stream, make sure that it's coming through. All right, buddy? So Ted Brooks of the Sports Prophets, one of our oldest friends that, since we've been doing this. And Ted taught me so much early on about the Kentucky Hilltoppers. That was the only college football team I could name for about 2 football seasons. And now look at me. How you guys doing, buddy? Ted runs this, thesportsprophets.com. They run a gigantic sports betting operation. And these guys are good. I mean, a lot of Ted. Did you see that roll that I was on last week? Did you see my final number?
I saw it, man. I saw it. You're making me a little jealous because I actually had my worst week of the year of 2024 last week. So that was very nice.
Yeah,
I
was unconscious, but I'm paying for it this week. I'm 5-6 right now, so I'm trying to dig out of the hole tonight.
Let me tell you something, AJ. That's a big thing with volume. So for us, we give out 1 pick a day, sometimes 2 for the free picks, and sometimes none. Like today, I just didn't see anything strong, so I didn't give out anything. And we had, so far this year, we've only had like 2 losing weeks, but we're 92, 40, 42, and 3 so far out of like 130-something games.
That's awesome.
So when you play volume like that, you're going to have tough weeks. But if you can have a week like you had last week, that week will keep you afloat for a while. So that's what's cool about having a huge week. You were picking what, like 4 games a day, 5 games a day?
Yeah, I was giving out a lot. I definitely was. It really just depended on the day. I got to try. I can hear you fine, but there's an audio issue. So let me see if I can make this work here. Hang on a second. Let's go. Then let's go like that. And now Steven, go give it a shot. All right, buddy, and see what happens. Yeah, it just depends. I always said, Ted, with NBA, I don't know how. Sometimes I just look and I see it, and it's like plain as day to me. And other times I don't see it, and I was seeing it last week. I was seeing it a lot. And I just got in such a roll where I literally could throw just throw stuff against the wall and it would stick. NHL, MLB, all that sort of jazz. I don't know. But it was a nice little run. Dude, I was loving Colorado last week with the overs. They score goals, man. They score a lot of goals.
There's still nothing on the radio.
I heard you, Steven. You don't have to tell me. I'm working on it. Get it, Ted. I'm sorry.
To the next round, and then you go back home expecting, hey, we're gonna take at least one of them 3-1 if we don't sweep. And now they lost both at home, and now it's 2-2, and then Dallas came in last night at home and won. So Dallas was down 2-0 in that series, and now they're up 3-2. So that's a good one. I think those next two games are going to be amazing games. But I don't know who the guy was, but there was a gentleman that we were talking about hockey in the beginning of the season, and he went through all his teams, and I said, you know, he didn't mention the Panthers. How did he not mention the Panthers? Mm-hmm. And sure enough, I mean, I look at the Panthers as, and this isn't from a biased perspective, but I really think they have the best chance to win it all, and that's where I put my at the beginning of the postseason they were plus 650. Now that they won their first round, they're a little bit lower. They're like plus 400 or 450, but they're third right now, third favorite to win it all. Colorado's fourth favorite. So I think it's going to be Edmonton and Florida in the final. Those are my two picks. But that's the other cool thing about hockey. It's so deep. There's so much parity. You have 5 teams out of 8 in the West that can go to the Cup. You have probably 3 teams in the East, Carolina, New York, and Florida, in my humble opinion, that can go to the Cup. And who's to say that whoever comes out of this Bruins Maple Leafs series can't go deep? So there's just so much depth, whereas in the NBA, I mean, do we really see anyone besides maybe OKC, Denver, Boston? I mean, do you see anyone out of the East beating the Celtics to get to the finals?
You know, I don't. I did, but now I don't know. Tate, can you do me? Tate, can we put you on hold for 2 minutes? We got one audio thing. I just got to straighten it out. So let me put you on hold.
Yeah.
We'll play a quick song. Everybody sit tight. More with Ted Brooks. Let me put him on hold here for a second. All right, Steven, I'm going to go to a song. I think I got this straightened out, and we'll be right back. You're listening to the Bleacher Brothers show on 102.9 The Game.
Let's begin now. 360. I woke up this morning, and I said, you know, instead of waiting for a good day to happen, you know, waiting around through ups and downs, you know, I just said, look, we're gonna have a good day, and all my
on. No, hell no. It's still my ringtone, free car wash. Had to clean up the Dodge. Give back when I can, just playing my part. Church folks had a fish fry. Mustard, hot sauce, light bread, and french fries. Love for the big guy. Hit the park, blowing, showing off their house. Nappy roots on the radio. And you know it pop. Last night they hit the big three. Bought some Air Force Ones. 4 tall tees. Man, I'm loving BG.
And all my homies wanna ride today. And all these moments look fly today. And all we wanna do is get by.
All right, Ted. I think we're straight now, buddy. Are you there?
I am here.
All right. I apologize.
I'm here.
Technology. I just got
Should
done.
Should I repeat everything I said?
No. You were going out some places. You weren't going out every place, so it's really weird. I have to I have to learn all this. It's just. It is what it is. But we got to go.
I am on my cell phone. So I mean, maybe is it my reception? I'm not really sure.
No. It's us. It was on our side. You were going out some places, so there's on the equipment that we use. There's different feeds, I guess you can say. Feed 1, feed 2, feed 3, feed 4, and
you guys have came a long way from the No Filter Network. That's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. I'm excited to be back though. It's been a while since we collaborated, so it's really cool. I know we're both. Are you still going to be in Jersey next week?
I am going to be in Jersey next week, man. I'm looking forward to going up there. I will be there. Luch will be making an appearance one day over there also, and so will Joe Q. Joe Q is he's huge into the sports betting, and we got. I don't know if you messed with any of these, but we made a new friend last night, Twin Spires, because Joe Q puts out so much horse racing stuff that we thought, hey, you know what? Maybe having a horse racing book would be a good deal.
It's funny. It probably would if you're putting out the content, right? If you're putting out the content, it's always good to hook up with some people. So I don't know if you know this, AJ, but I have some family members that used to work at Highlight, and I have one cousin who is one of the head managers at Highlight in Dania. And I just happened to get an email. You might have gotten the email too.
I did.
From one of our, so I'm thinking about doing some highlight content. I'm thinking about going there, placing some bets, filming, the highlight and doing some highlight content. So that might be because, I used to get snuck in there when I was 14, 13.
I know, but where is their
old.
highlight now? I thought they shut them all down back in like the 90s.
Dania, it's making a comeback. So Dania has a highlight place that has seasonal highlight. It's a year-round casino, slots, poker, but they have seasonal live highlight, and then you can bet simulcasted highlight the rest of the time. And then Miami, which I don't know exactly where it is in Miami, but Miami has highlight also seasonal, but then you can bet simulcasted the rest of the year. Somebody just bought, I can't think of who it was, but somebody just bought the Dania highlight, pumping a ton of money into it. And from what I'm hearing, it is a sport that's making a comeback. Back in the 80s, from the stories I've heard, that place used to fill up to the rafters.
Dude, it did, and that was straight up Miami Vice era, though, man. I'm gonna have to get Nick the Flick out there doing his who's the greatest highlight player of all time. Can you even name? Here's Nate. I'm Nick. Can you even name a highlight player?
Yeah, what was the guy's name? He was like pretty much the best. I think it was like Jose or Joe. It started with a J.
Oh, of course, it was a Jose or a Julio or something. Yes, of course.
Yeah. They're all of the Hispanic background for sure, or Latino, depending on. But yeah, so that's in the cards. We got the SBC. We're going to be filming some content from there. We got playoffs, and we got a couple more months of these playoffs. It's I love it how it's so long. That's the one complaint. I love football, but it just seems like everything is so short with football. Short but sweet, I guess, but still short. Like you brought up college football. I miss it already. Can't wait for it to come back. These college players, man, they're getting themselves in trouble. They're talking about eliminating all college props for good. I'm sure you guys have discussed that.
Yeah, I know that here's what I know, and you can correct me because you're the expert. But so in some states, you can't bet on college props. In other states, you can.
Correct.
I read that they're trying to get rid of them down here. And it's funny because I had a high level meeting yesterday. You can mute that, bro. With FAU, and we talked about kill the feed. We had a super high level thing with FAU, and that was some of what we talked about. What we're getting ready to do down there is going to be mind blowing. I don't know if you know this, but we had a literally a partnership struck up with Michigan. Did you hear about that?
I did not.
Yeah, with University of Michigan to be like their media company. But when I didn't cut this deal, one of our partners did. But when I started peeling back the onion, I didn't like the way it smelled. So we went down to FAU, and long story short, we're gonna bring coverage for FAU football and FAU everything like no one has ever brought before, and I think it's gonna take them to more of a national spotlight, and it's definitely going to take us to more of a national spotlight. But yeah, a lot of the conversation yesterday had to do with sports betting, player props, also NIL, and just what it takes to get these guys and keep these guys and to motivate these guys to go out there day after day. I mean, they lost. I asked about one player. I said, what happened to the so-and-so? He was on our show last year. I really like this kid. And they said, well, he spent more time on his social media accounts putting out content than he did practicing football. And I said, well, what was his NIL deal? And she said he didn't have one. I said, yeah, but he's probably making like $6, $7, $8 grand a month on social media. And they said, yep, he is. So I said, wow.
So that is the issue, and it's a big issue across the board. And with betting, I mean, these kids, they probably have friends because listen, Florida is a great example. The state of Florida breeds a lot of good football players. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
So these kids, they probably went to high school with someone who's playing for, Alabama or Georgia, and they're getting some good money possibly. And now they're at FAU because their skill level might not be as close, even though in high school they were friends and close, and now they have friends making all this money, and they're sitting there saying, okay, I'm not making anything. I don't know what you're cursing. I was going to say the S word, but I don't know, what this platform allows or not.
Sometimes that shit
But they're
slips,
not making much, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. They're not making anything, and it creates issues with what you just said, but it also creates issues with betting on themselves. And it's gotta, like the guy that got kicked out of the Porter, the kid that got kicked out of the NBA.
Oh, yeah,
I think
Pistons.
that's important because there's already this attack on sports betting coming. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I see it is you got these big college think tanks, these college graduates, they sit around and they try to create these studies. One came out that I was just talking about with some of my guys, and it said sports betting leading to binge drinking. So I don't know how they did the study, if they surveyed people betting on sports and asked them what their drinking habits were. But think about this. If you're in a sports bar and you're in a state where betting is legal, you're probably going to be betting on some of the games you're watching at the sports bar, and you're probably going to be having a few beers while you're doing it.
Dude,
now,
FanDuel has sports bars. When I was in Arizona, right outside the stadium, there's a FanDuel sports bar.
Right.
Yeah.
But then there's going to be these people that are just going to try to make up stuff to attack sports betting. So to get the bad apples out that do really abuse the system, I think is important. To get these players in college some money so that they don't do abuse. If you tell a player, hey, we're going to pay you 10 grand a month or 6 grand a month or 8 grand a month, but if you do anything related to betting, you're going to be barred from NCAA, you're going to be barred from future leagues, like your whole life and career are over. I think it scares them enough to stay away from doing anything funny like that. So I hope they don't take away college props. but the push is there. I will say the push is there.
All right.
We'll find out more next week, though.
All right, so yeah, we definitely will. I mean, my itinerary on this app, it's like, all right, I want to do this. Plus, I want to meet people, and
I'm bringing extra people to go to show because there's at the 1140 you have 4 different seminars, so you can't be everywhere at once. So I'm bringing some team members so we can split up seminars.
Same idea. That's why Luch is coming in and Joe Q's coming in, and I'm getting pounded with. I don't know. Maybe it's just people trying to sell me crap, but some of them I think are good because they've looked at because we registered as an affiliate with these people now. So I guess people looked up the website and then they're reaching out, and I got some actually pretty cool meetings next week with people that reached out to me and said, "Hey, can we, have a private meeting? I think I got something that will benefit you." And but I wanted to ask you this based on what we were just talking about. So these daily fantasies, all right, and I know you had been talking to me about these for a while, and we got in with Better about 2-3 months ago. And we all signed up, and then 2 weeks later, boom, it was shut down in Florida. I'm like, so, but here was my first thing. I opened it up, and I said, okay, let me check this out. It's not fantasy; it's prop bets. That's what it was. Is prop bets. If they're it's flat out prop bets. So they shut it down. Now because they just turned it back on, and we became friendly with Prize Picks. I downloaded Prize Picks last night. We put our affiliate thing out there today. We'll double your bonus up to 100. Drive people there. Steven Luker, he's in California, so he has more access to these prop bet apps than I do, or the daily fantasy apps. But I mean, these are just flat out. These are just prop bets, aren't they?
Well, what they're doing in Florida now is they're making it peer to peer.
Yeah, I saw that.
You're gonna be limited on how much you bet, how much you can bet, depending on how much betting there is on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So, like for example, and that's really, I think, a big thing for the future is peer-to-peer betting, where you're not betting against the house, you're technically betting, and that's really what sports betting is anyway. But you're technically betting against other players. So if there's $1 million on one side and $1 million on the other side, the sports book just takes a fee, almost like a poker game. In a poker game, you got 9 guys playing against each other, and the casino just rakes, 5% of the pot or something like that. So I think when it's done in that manner, it's the same thing with horses and highlight even. It's all pari-mutuel, which means between the players. And I think that's, it's a loophole, but I think it's going to last. I really do. Because you can't keep legislating this stuff to death, because what's going to happen is at the end of the day, if you keep limiting what people can do, it's like prohibition. What happened during prohibition? The mafia made billions off of bootlegging liquor. So if you ban something, drugs is a little bit different, but with the sports betting, when you ban it and you limit people's access, they're going to find a black market way to do it. And now when there's a black market way to do it, the states aren't getting any tax money. No one's getting any tax money. Who knows who's running these operations in other countries? They could be cartels for all we know.
Mm-hmm.
And now they could be terrorists. So my whole argument that I really preach with these sports books and DFS is let it run, let it ride, because if you don't, the black market's going to take it over, and now you really don't know where that money's going.
Well, Ted, I always try to have a plan B. So next week when we're in New York, I did set up meetings with the Colombos, the Gambinos, and the Genoveses. So just in case we gotta fall back, to Paulie Walnuts and Silvio and Christopher.
Well, nowadays they're all on YouTube doing podcasts, so who knows?
They are, aren't they?
My studio that I do my podcast in, you have Joey Merlino does his podcast in that studio also. Actually, he was on right after me one time. I was walking out, he was walking in. So it's an interesting world we live in these days. You got mobsters doing podcasts, you got sports betting legalized, And I think when you legalize things, you really take out that black market element, and it's a good thing. And then when you ban it, you reinstate the black market.
Well, look, man, I need to get you to drive just like 10 minutes further, 15 minutes further, and come up to our studio because we actually have a decent little studio here now, and get you in house one day. And I would like to. Obviously, I'll see you next week. So if we can put our schedules together and try to put something back going on a regular basis, because you bring A, I like talking to you, but B, you bring value to the people that listen and watch the show, which is a lot more people now than we're watching on No Filter. That's for sure. Way back in the Totally Broken Sports Network.
You guys still crushing it in Kuwait?
No, I don't think we are in Kuwait. Although we do have people in Germany, all over Europe. But no, I think that Kuwait thing was a fluke. So okay. I haven't.
Yeah, no. Listen.
Good.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I haven't dug into the analytics on the app on the radio to really look where people are listening from. I do know Germany is getting us some traffic. Our streaming traffic is insane, and something really cool is that our total impressions last week across, and we're not even TikToking, across YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and the website last week, over 1 million total impressions. So
wow.
Yeah, we're
that's awesome.
Yeah, we're moving in the right direction. Ted, do me a favor, tell everybody where to find you, where to follow you, and then next week, we have to make sure that I'll send you one of those invites like everybody's sending me, so we can get a cup of coffee while we're there for 5 minutes and see each other, and put something together.
Yeah, definitely. So you can go to thesportsprofits.com. That's our mainstay. It was actually down for a couple weeks. We're doing a bunch of revamps on it, but it's back up. Thesportsprofits.com. Instagram, _profits, PROPHETS _pick, PICK. And then youtube.com/@thesportsprofits. And I tell everyone, check them all out, because sometimes we'll throw a game on one platform and not the other, just to mix it up and keep people on their toes.
Awesome. We've been trying to do this. So what I do is I use Twitter, and I say, all right, go to Instagram. Now, do you follow Andy Slater real fast? Do you know who he is?
I've heard the name. He's a sports guy.
Yeah, he's a sports guy, but he's cleaning Hard Rock's clock daily. And when I tell you cleaning their clock, I mean like 40,000, 50,000. He just puts these prop bets out. They're insane. He's a good follow on Twitter. But what he started doing, and I'm just copying him now, he started saying, hey, go to my Instagram for the picks, and he's putting them on his story. So we're doing the same thing. And then BleacherBET started its own Instagram. So now we're making people work a little bit. And then if we're on the air,
you gotta make them work.
Yeah.
You gotta make them work.
And if we're on the air, I'm not posting them. I'm saying you got to come here. That's the post. Come, we're giving them away on the show tonight. But Ted Brooks, the Sports Prophet, we love you guys. I appreciate you fitting me in for a few minutes tonight. And I look forward to seeing you.
I appreciate you guys having me back, and I love coming on. Maybe, if I have a late, you guys run the show, what, 6 to 9, 6 to 10? What's
6 to, but there's lots of shows now, Ted. We literally, the Bleacher Brother umbrella's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shows going on right now. Not at this very moment, but I mean throughout the course of the day.
Throughout the week.
Yeah. So, obviously I want you with us, but we'll work something out.
I'll try to come from Boca. Yeah, I'll try to come from Boca. I'll see, if I have a podcast in Boca at 4:30, I'll see what you got going on at 6, and maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I look forward to seeing you next week. I appreciate it. The Sports Prophets, check them out. Go straight to their website. Look them up on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. We're gonna play a quick tune. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're going into boxing. Nick the Flick. This is like the night of the return. Ted Brooks makes his comeback tonight, and Nick the Flick, we've been trying to get him in here forever, and we haven't been able to. So everybody sit tight. You listen to the Bleacher Brothers show on 102.9 The Game. We will be back right after. We'll be back when we're ready, so just stay where you are, right?
Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind. Oh, she's right though. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind. She'll make you curse, but she a blessing. She'll within a second. You'll be coming back for seconds. With your play, you just can't help it. No, you'll play along. Let her lead you on. You'll be saying no, then saying yes, 'cause you're messing with your head. Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, my mind. Oh, she's hot but a psycho, so left but she's right though. At night she's screaming, my mind. Grab a shotgun, kinda crazy. She's poison but tasty. Yeah, people say run, don't walk away. Yeah, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, my mind. See, someone said, don't drink her potions. She'll kiss your neck with no emotions. When she's mean, you know you love it. She tastes so sweet, don't sugarcoat it. No, you'll play along. Let her lead you on. You'll be saying no, then saying yes, 'cause you're messing with your head. Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, my mind. Oh, she's hot but a psycho, so left but she's right though. At night she's screaming, my mind. Grab a shotgun, kinda crazy. She's poison but tasty. Yeah, people say run, don't walk away. Yeah, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, my mind. You're just like me, you're out your mind. I know it's strange, we're both the crazy kind. You're telling me that I'm insane, but don't pretend that you don't love the pain. Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, my mind. Oh, she's hot but a psycho, so left but she's right though. At night she's screaming, my mind. Grab a shotgun, kinda crazy. She's poison but tasty. Yeah, people say run, don't walk away. Yeah, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, my mind.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I gotta tell you, I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too, but I'm glad we are.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and life experiences come together through conversation, and it feels good.
Wow, your story is so...
Interesting?
Yeah.
When people actually sit down, talk, and listen to one another, they can break down boundaries and connect as human beings. At lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep, you can listen to amazing, life-changing conversations and find simple tools to start a conversation of your own.
I know one thing. This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together by having the courage to start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding.
Whoa!
Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
That was the story. We're back. We're back. Let me turn you on. What number did we say you were on? You were on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, sir.
Let's hear you, buddy. There you are. We're back with Nick the Flick. Wait, we need some Nick the Flick.
You got me on
music
2
here.
over here on the screen here, buddy.
What do you mean I got you on 2?
I don't even see myself.
You don't see yourself on the screen.
But I got number 3 headphone.
Yeah. No, you're on the screen. You're on the screen. I got you.
right.
Why are you?
I don't see nothing over here. Though.
Yeah, something is.
You had me earlier.
All right, let's see. All right. All right, let's get some music here. I'll get this fixed. I see what the problem is.
Well, you went uptown riding in your limousine with your fine park.
Connectivity issue prevents stream from cam correctly. Please check your internet connections.
When you wake up in the morning with your head on fire and your eyes too bloody to see, gonna cry in your coffee, but don't come bitching to me, because you had to be a big shot, didn't you? You had to open up your mouth. You had to be a big shot, didn't you? All your friends were so
Want me to close it out and reopen
you
it?
had to have the last word last night. You know what everything's about. You had to have a white hot spotlight. You had to be a big shot last night. Oh. They were all impressed with your Halston dress and the people that you knew at Elaine's, and the story of your latest success. You kept so entertained. Oh, but now you just don't remember all the things you said, and you're not sure that you want to know. I give you one hit, honey, you sure did put on a show. Yes, you had to be a big shot.
Get rid of the volume on your computer.
Prove it to the crowd. You had to be a big shot, did you? All your friends were so knocked out. You had to have the last word last night. So much fun to be around. You had to have the front page pulled tight. You had to be a big shot last night. There's no big sin to stick it 2 cents in if you know when to leave it alone. But you went over the line, you couldn't see it was time to go home. No, you had to be a big shot, did you? You had to open up your mouth. You had to be a big shot, did you? All your friends were so knocked out. You had to have the last word last night. So much fun to be around. You had to have the white hot spotlight. You had to be a big shot last night.
All right, we're gonna try this now. I don't know what the I just got done, Steven. God damn it! I just got done right before that phone call with Ted saying
Steven.
how great everything is here, and this has nothing to do with 102.9. So, but the camera, I know what the problem is. It's hooked into this. I don't know what the fuck the problem is. All right. Where is that crying baby right now when you need it? That keeps coming on the commercial. Anyway, we never promised you that this would be perfect. We just promised you that it would be entertaining. Okay.
Absolutely.
Nick the Flick, how are you, man? It's
good,
been a while.
buddy.
We got
I'm
a lot of stuff. So the phones, Steven, when you were checking, just let me do a little house cleaning here, and anybody can comment in. The phones were. I know that they were going out on the stream. Where were you checking? The app, Steven? Okay, so I had to. Okay, all right. So I had to reroute the sound, and then it was all coming through on the stream, and that was what I focused on. And then from there, I rerouted everything back, tested it on the stream. So now, Nick, you're actually on your
I'm on my
laptop.
camera.
Yeah, you're on your camera
All
now
right.
because that one, I think, is plugged into a hole that it doesn't belong to
That's
be
all
plugged
good.
in. So,
But
man,
how's my volume? Is good? You hear me
yeah,
good?
yeah, you're
All
good,
right,
man. You're
party
good.
people.
You're good.
Let's get
the
it
world can
rolling.
hear you.
All right.
All right, so boxing, bro. There's a lot of fighting. So, Steven, pull up some of that. So I got the fight promo. I guess we'll start with this. I didn't plan to, but Jake Paul, I don't know if you heard this today. Had to withdraw from the fight.
Stop playing.
There's the new fight poster right there. Chef Tom is stepping in. Chef Tom is stepping in. He'll be fighting Mike Tyson.
Dude. Yeah, I thought you were being serious, but instead, look at you, Tom.
They will.
What a hunk.
They will. What they're going to do is they will allow Mike now to smoke marijuana, and Tom will get cigarette breaks. The rounds will be 30 seconds long with a 5-minute cigarette break in between each round.
Yeah, well,
So-
trust me, dude. I've seen Tom smoke a cigarette in like 3 drags.
Yeah, I know. He's if they made if there was such a thing as a professional cigarette smoker,
It's Tom.
Tom would be the freaking Babe Ruth of cigarette smoking.
Yeah. Once he lights it and takes it away on the first pull, it's halfway gone.
Have you ever in a quiet place with Tom and all you hear is it's his lungs saying,
you're
God
hanging
help
out, you're
us,
hanging
help
out
us,
with-
get
yeah.
us on the transplant list,
Nope.
please.
He was on the substitute list for Darth Vader role.
Yeah, he does the voiceovers for the cartoons.
Yeah. So
They just
Yeah.
they get him sleeping when he doesn't know it. This way, they don't have to pay him any royalties for it. So
but going to talking about this Jake Paul and Tyson, supposedly it's been elevated to
it's a real fight.
A real fight, dude.
They're only 2-minute rounds.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 12
but
rounds.
it's a sanctioned fight.
Well,
I think that
or is it 10 rounds?
It's 8 rounds.
Oh, 8 rounds?
8 rounds.
2 minutes?
It's 2 minutes.
I don't know.
No headgear, judges, so there
Right.
will be a clear winner.
All right.
I think the holdup. I think they wanted to make it a real fight all the time.
Right.
The problem was
Tyson's age.
No, it wasn't his age. It was the weed. Because
Really?
Mike likes to smoke weed, and they
yeah.
wouldn't sanction the fight because marijuana is an
wonder
illegal
why.
substance. But they didn't think Mike could quit. But Mike is taking this seriously, apparently.
Oh, yeah, for sure. From the clips that I've seen. But the weird thing is that they, from what I know, they don't. THC is not. Unless I don't
It's
know.
Texas.
I don't know if they're testing for this either, though.
No, they are. They said that they are. I read it. They said
Really?
that they are, and weed is THC. I guess
Well,
is
I
a
guess
banned
now that
substance in
it's
Texas.
sanctioned for real, then I guess so. Then I
Yes.
guess
So I think what they did is they had to see if they could get Mike off the weed, and once he get off the weed, they said, "Let's make this a real fight." This is a big mistake for Jake Paul. Jake Paul will be lucky.
really
if he-
think?
Yeah. If Mike is training for this,
What do you think the odds are going to be on that?
that's good. I don't know. We'll have to get Ted back on, and we'll have to do a whole gambling thing on this. I would really. The odds of us getting credentialed for it are slim.
Right.
But I don't care. I would like to put us on a plane and go out to this
That'd be
thing
awesome,
just for the
bro.
sheer.
That'd be awesome, just for the
Yeah.
energy and just to see what we can catch out there. That'd be a fun thing to do.
I remember walking into Maypac, and it's funny because it showed up in my Facebook memories. I guess Maypac happened on this date.
Right.
And I remember walking into the thing thinking, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever done in my life.
That was
Then
exciting,
The
man.
fight happened,
Oh,
and then
no,
it was
it's
a
exciting.
dud. But this seeing Mike Tyson fight, and if he takes it serious,
Dude, they're gonna make so much money.
oh yeah, they are. It's sick.
Dude.
It's sick.
100 plus.
And neither one of them need the money.
No.
You know who needs the money is Floyd. They could send money to Floyd so he could bail himself
They
out
might
of
as well
camel
fight
jail
it
over
and,
there.
send them, lend them a loan, give them a loan.
Yeah.
Javante Davis said that he'll lend him some money if he needs to get out of there.
Yeah.
But I wonder what's the real deal with that. I mean, they say he owes some Saudis some money for not doing something that he was supposed to do or delivering on something that he was supposed to do. So, with the rules over there, you can spit on the street, you go to jail and stuff like that. So because of that, they're not letting him leave.
I saw that he posted a picture today. Now, Tank challenged him. He said, if you're not being held captive, go live.
Right.
And he hasn't gone live.
Right.
He posted some sort of video of Tank dancing to make fun of Tank.
Make fun of him. Said he got a little sweet in the tank or something like that. He was calling it.
And he posted a picture today on
Was that
his
the one with
on
no
his
shirt?
IG.
He was dancing.
Yeah,
Looking all.
Yeah, well, at least it wasn't like De La Hoya. He wasn't in fishnets or anything like that.
But dude, there's drama going around the whole damn boxing world right now. You know.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
you got the craziness with De La Hoya and
Canelo?
Canelo at the press conference for the Munguia fight that's coming on this weekend.
I grabbed that clip yesterday of Canelo at the press conference bashing De La Hoya.
Yeah.
And it was in Spanish, but I
Yeah.
grabbed it and I'm like, hey, let me throw this up on Instagram and see how it does.
Did good?
Like 12,000 views
I bet.
instantly.
I bet.
mean, like, wow. Okay.
I bet. And you left it in Spanish?
Yeah, I left it in
Put the
Spanish.
subtitle,
I
thing
didn't do
on
anything.
it?
I just put it up in Spanish and boom, it's let me look and see where it's at right now.
Really?
It was too long. I think it's 1:06, so it was too long for YouTube Shorts.
But you know what's crazy is that you got De La Hoya accusing him of saying, you know, that he's cheating fighters out of money and bad contract deals. And then you got De La Hoya saying Canelo failed 2 tests when he was under him. But, you know, Canelo seems, De La Hoya seems like, you know, it's like you're bashing my whole Golden Boys promotion and you're hurting me. So supposedly what I read today, that De La Hoya is filing a defamation suit.
Where is Hopkins in this? Is he still
I don't
involved
know.
in Golden Boy?
Oh yeah, he's still a Golden Boy, but I guess
Alright.
in this situation, I didn't see him at the press conference.
I didn't see him either.
So maybe they're just on certain fighters. Maybe they're together or something. I don't know. I've never really dug into that to see if they manage fighters together or, you know, if he's at a small part. But most of the time you see B-Hop with De La Hoya when it comes to situations like that.
Yeah, he was very involved in the beginning. I mean,
You
it was.
know?
I thought that they were like 50-50 partners
Right,
in that
right,
thing
right.
in
Well,
the
I don't
beginning.
know about 50-50 because I know De La Hoya was doing that before B-Hop came around. So
The thing is with De La Hoya, though, he's such a crackpot. I mean,
I
he's
don't
drunk.
know.
He's
I
not
know.
drunk. He's on coke. He's
Yeah.
not on coke.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you see the documentary? I didn't think it did.
No,
Did
I never saw it.
Oh, they did a 3-part. I don't know if it was Netflix or whatever. And De La Hoya, in my opinion, came away looking worse. And he might have been one of the producers of it.
Really?
I
didn't check it. I saw it on you know, as an option on TV to look
Yeah,
at it, but I never saw it.
It was. I mean, it was a good story, but at the end, I'm like, dude, you're just a wreck.
I mean, you know, substance abuse is hard sometimes. I mean, it's easier said than done when you're not, you know, like when you're looking from the outside, you know what I'm saying, trying to look in. Substance abuse is hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, we might say, you know, some people are stronger minded than others, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, I'm not going to sound innocent or anything, but I've done some things that, you know, people be hooked on, and I turned out okay.
Nah.
Yeah, you know, we all, when we were younger, tried and, you know, played around with this or that to see what happens. But, you know, I mean, substance abuse is hard. I've had a few friends of my own that, you know, they started out messing around with it, and then they couldn't kick the habit. So it's very hard, you know what I mean? And then because you know them, you know, you talk to them or whatever, and you see the struggle, like, you know, I try, and it's like Pookie and, you know, it's calling me.
that Canelo clip I put up probably about 20 hours ago, maybe 13,700 views on IG right now.
That's
so.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
But that's it. But, you know, going back to, you know, like Munguia, man,
Munguia's no joke. I'm going to tell you this right now.
He's undefeated.
Let me pull this up.
And he's undefeated, but
my camera.
I think I'm like anybody else. Like if it was Floyd, like until you see really Floyd lose, are you really gonna bet against Canelo?
Yeah, because I've seen Canelo lose like 5 times, dude. All right,
But like officially lose, are you gonna bet against him?
I've seen him officially
You
lose
know?
twice.
But you know, I seen him lose against Bivol, but other than that, you know what I mean? We've seen him where he hasn't lost, but physically his
schooled him.
appearance and his performance he lost. You know, we've seen that.
All right, so here we're bouncing around here. We'll come back to
Yeah,
this,
no
but
doubt.
I'm finding this right now. If I can get this freaking link to work, it says Tyson the underdog in July.
Yeah.
How is
That's
that
crazy,
even possible,
bro.
dude?
I think it's just based off because of his age. That's what I really think. I think everybody that I see, you know, I've seen things with Stephen A. Smith and, you know, everything that's on TV, and they all feel the same way. They love Mike. They love what Mike has brought to the game of boxing, the history of Mike, you know, what he's done in the ring. And They just feel that age is gonna be a factor when you're going against a guy that's been training with the best trainers available to him in Puerto Rico. He's been fighting guys, of course. But you know what? Think about this. If you're Jake Paul, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're Jake Paul. You've built yourself up a fan base that's pretty much unstoppable, and they're gonna be behind you all the way, right? And if you can fight a guy, and I can make $30 million, and I can fight a clown like he has the last couple times, you know what I'm saying? He's fighting dudes that are retired MMA, retired basketball, retired this, retired that. The only guy he physically had a problem with and didn't do well was Tommy Fury. But if you really think that's about Tommy Fury really isn't even that either. He ain't all that either.
Exactly.
Right? So if you could let's say you could keep bankrolling $30 million fights and winning these fights because he really doesn't care what you think about him, whether you like him or not. Matter of fact, I think he even likes it that you don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows that's going to bring people in because they want to see me get knocked out. They want to see somebody do something to me. But unfortunately, the guys that he's picking, he knows that they're not going to do nothing to them. So if I can keep rounding up dudes like that and making up fights that are making 20, 30 million, 40 million, like this Tyson thing, I think they're going to clear over 100 million with the whole thing. You know what I mean? Why would you rush to fight other guys? You know what I mean? Like,
I got the odds for this pulled up on Hard Rock. Hard Rock, I mean, I can pull them up on any app, but Hard Rock's the only one I can bet on. Right now, Mike Tyson is plus 155. Jake Paul is minus 190, meaning that if you want to win $100 on Jake Paul, you got to bet 190 to win 100.
Right.
On Tyson, if you bet 100, you'd win 155.
Now, in your opinion, would you make that bet now or would you wait? Oh, you already
Boom!
did.
I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now. I want to see it on the other books. I mean, next week I'll be in Jersey, so I'll have access to all the sports books and see where. But for these fighters, they'll always tell you that I mean, look at George Foreman when he beat Michael Moore.
Right.
He was slow. He was fat. He was old.
And it took that punch.
But he landed one punch, and Michael Moore was
Dude, he
done.
was done.
He was
done.
like jelly. Just
he hit
boom.
the floor, and his face and his eyeballs were like.
Now Tyson, from the videos that they're putting out, looks fast.
He looks fast.
He's in shape. I mean, he's
definitely in shape.
I wish that I was in Mike Tyson's.
That man looks beautiful, bro.
He's taken this serious. So if you go back to the end of Mike Tyson's career when he was getting knocked out constantly,
right.
He was only doing it for the money. His heart wasn't in it.
Absolutely.
He has no reason to do this. He doesn't need the money. He's doing this He's doing this for ego. He's doing this he wants to win this fight.
He wants to win the fight, but he's also, I saw a day or two ago, I read it, going through my feed and everything, and Mike Tyson was just like, I'm doing this to really show the Jake Pauls and other people that think, these MMA guys, he even said them, the MMA guys that you think that you can just jump from there and transition to come over here to do this without going up the levels or doing all this stuff. So he says, I'm going to go in there to teach them that this is no game. This is no game. People die. People get major hurt, So like I told you last week or 2 weeks ago, the last time I was here, I truly think that Mike Tyson's going to really put all his might into this and that I don't think that he would ever, being a historian of boxing or whatever, I don't think he would ever tarnish his reputation, the boxing game, or what he's accomplished in the sport to go in there and let Jake Paul be a clown and beat him. You know what I'm saying? How everybody else says that a lot of Jake Paul's fights seem to be fixed.
I think this could be like Michael Spinks. I think it'd be 90 seconds.
Really?
I think if he hits Jake Paul one time,
so too.
He's going to rock him. And
think so too.
From what I'm seeing on video.
But I saw a video of Jake Paul yesterday. He was looking mighty good, bro.
Yeah, but that's like.
But you know what? You can always.
I could shoot a video of you, and you would look good in
Absolutely,
the video.
That's
But
what
if
I
I
was
put you
about
in
to
Mike
say,
Tyson, he's going to flatten you.
When you're editing these videos, there's a little thing down at the bottom where you can adjust the speed and all that. So you know what I mean? He could be making himself look like his hand speed and even footwork is looking a little bit faster. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And where has Jake Paul made all of his money? Making videos.
Absolutely.
Where's Mike Tyson made? Well,
Absolutely.
Mike Tyson's made his money in weed.
Yeah.
He made money in boxing, but
He made
then
a lot of
Don
money
King
in boxing,
stole
but
it, and then he lost
his
it.
main money now is that cannabis, baby. He's really raking it in with that.
And if he quit, I heard him say that he quit weed, which
it's very hard for him.
Yeah, and he quit sex because
that's gonna build your you know
women
what?
weaken
I
legs,
that's
right?
What
Yeah,
they say.
That was Mickey said that.
Yeah. That's what and you know it was crazy, man. When I used to wrestle in high school, my freshman year,
Mm-hmm.
my coach used to make us sign a promise to not
No sex, really?
no mess around,
Wow.
no girls or nothing. You know what I mean? But that was just my freshman year. I signed it once, and then after that, I never saw that again. But yeah, dude. But is that true?
I have no idea, bro. Women weaken everything. I didn't say that. I don't know who's hearing this, but no, I don't know. Women weaken legs. I don't think so. I think sometimes
they do weaken you. I gotta leave here and go
they-
get milk and taco shells so we can eat.
No, women are the backbone,
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
Behind every good man, there's a
good lady.
Exactly,
There's a good
keeping his ass
lady.
straight, or else he would end up like Mike Tyson if they weren't.
Well, he finally found a good lady. She's been with him for a while now. So
He did.
Yep,
And
yep.
And Mike Tyson was this fighter when I was a kid. I hated Mike Tyson.
You
I wanted
really?
to I couldn't stand. I remember going to this is before pay-per-view like now.
Right.
They used to do closed circuit. And it was Tyson Spinks. We went to the Garden State Arts Center. It was some I was 15, I think 16. I was like $90 for the ticket.
Right.
And me and my buddy went. And I remember Michael Spinks was going to school him. And this was right around the time the whole Robin Givens thing was going on.
Spinks had them high top socks on, right?
Yeah, he lasted 91 seconds. I was like,
yeah.
oh my God. I
So
hated
you went
Mike.
to that, huh?
I went to the closed circuit, not to the actual
Okay,
fight, to
right.
the closed circuit. And I remember yelling as Tyson came into he couldn't hear me, but the other people in this arena, it was a big, like if you went to over here at the fairgrounds where
Right,
they do the
right,
concerts, that's where they had this thing. And I remember yelling, wife beater, all this sort of stuff. And then flattened Michael Spinks in 91 seconds. I was like,
Yeah, I mean,
ugh.
that's when you used to come out with the towel.
Exactly, yeah.
He used to come up with just only a towel, no socks. You know what I'm saying? He had a coin in his shoe, and
To
you
make
know
him
what I'm saying?
uncomfortable?
Yeah, dude.
But the thing was, no one ever complained about blowing back then $60-$70 on a Mike Tyson fight because they bought it because they loved him
Right.
and they wanted to see a quick knockout, or they bought it because they hated him and they saw a quick knockout. So
Right.
no one complains. It's not like people spend money on, say, a Floyd. And I'm not knocking Floyd, but Floyd's fights were boring to most people.
Right.
That don't appreciate the actual sport of
right.
boxing.
The
they just want to
science
see the
of
violence.
boxing,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, this is going to do massive. This will do more numbers pay-per-view than Pacquiao Mayweather did.
Right.
And I think here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Tyson comes in here, flattens this guy, and then he starts to think. Well,
About
wait a minute.
coming back?
I got power. I got speed. I'm off the weed. Who's out there right now? Tyson Fury? Mike Tyson can't beat Tyson Fury.
No.
Tyson Fury's sort of Ali-ish. I mean, he's hard to hit.
I don't know. I don't know of the heavyweights out there right now if he would be able to do anything. Maybe the lower tier or mid-tier guys. I don't think he would do anything to Tyson Fury. I don't think he would.
No. He can't beat Tyson Fury.
No,
but
I don't think he beat Usyk. I don't think that he would. He might be able to take Deontay Wilder, but if Deontay Wilder hit him with that punch, you'll see Mike fall.
Yeah, but I think that again, it's hard to speculate what
Of
Mike
course
Tyson
it's
is going to look like. But if Mike Tyson looks like he does in these videos, Deontay Wilder wouldn't last 3 minutes in there. Anthony Joshua, I don't know.
I don't know. That would be good. That would be interesting.
Yeah, but the only thing I could see from Mike to fight again after this is if it's for a championship. Why fight
Why
just to
do all
fight? Now Butterbean is coming out of retirement.
I
Did
saw
you
him.
see
He
that?
doesn't look good, bro.
He didn't look good when he fought.
Yeah, but man, he used to drop dudes, and he was king of what 3-rounders or whatever
Yeah.
for a long time. But I saw an interview lately where they went to, it was like a where you're at now or whatever. And dude, he didn't look good at all.
Who does he want to fight? He wants to fight one guy.
He didn't look good at all. I mean, he looked like he had like knee and back problems. I mean, he really looked bad.
And what is he? He's got to be older than us.
Oh yeah,
right?
for sure.
Let me try to find Steven, can you find? Are you there, Steven? Tom, can you find who Butterbean? Steven, who is Butterbean coming out of retirement to fight, or he wants to fight time in 1 year? I need to train 1 year from now. I want to fight, and he named a specific individual. I don't know if it was Anthony Joshua
Oh hell
or if it was somebody of some sort of substance. And they're both.
Hey, and you know,
they're both on, so you hear this clanking. I know the
Right.
clanking's coming from Tom.
You know who I
but,
ran
yeah.
into at the airport?
Oh.
Dude? I ran into at the airport. He's getting ready to fight Andy Ruiz. Big Baby Miller.
Oh, did you really?
Dude, he was my very first guy that I ever did.
Oh, he wants to fight Jake Paul? That's who he wants to fight?
You see, you know
Butterbean
why?
wants to fight because he wants the money.
But everybody wants to fight Jake Paul, bro.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. If I was Jake Paul, and you know he don't need the money or whatever, and you got all these people that hate me or whatever, I would instead of me having to fight guys that might beat me up and I might lose, I might as well keep putting on side clown shows like this, fighting Butterbean and fighting this and that, and I'm making 20, 10, 30, 40 at a pop, and I don't have to kill myself.
Do people hate Jake Paul? I don't hate Jake Paul. I don't dislike him. I respect the dude for what he's done.
I do too. But there's the generation of the kids that he has come up with and that watch him and love him. But there's a generation of people that don't like him because they just don't think it's fair that this guy is coming in saying that he's a fighter and he's making way more paydays and higher paydays and attendance and everything else than these guys that are climbing the ropes and the ranks.
See, here's the argument. He works hard. He's taking
not-
boxing
I'm not
seriously.
taking- I would not
so
take
is he
nothing like away
supposed to? Is he supposed? I mean, how he built? He was a famous guy before he got into
Absolutely.
boxing.
Right, doing crazy stuff. He's famous for doing crazy stuff, and him and his brother from a little documentary thing that I saw one time. Him and his brother, dude, they have millions of fans, bro. And all of a sudden, it became a challenge between him and his brother, who was gonna get more fans. And this is how these two guys blew up.
Why are we not doing this, dude?
I don't know. Well,
You have to let me. You got to let me staple my nuts to your forehead or something, man, and then we'll have. Tom will do it. Tom will do it in a second. I mean, it's just,
Tom will do it.
I mean, if
He'll
it gets
cook-
us each
he'll cook 'em
a
at
couple
the same
million, I'll do it.
Oh my God! But yeah, man. I mean, I think it'll be fun, and I'm gonna definitely watch it.
No, I want us to be there. I think that's the. But
Well,
there's
that'd
a lot
be awesome. If we can get in there, that'll be awesome. But
there's a lot of stuff going on here right now,
Everything.
dude. No, I mean with Bleacher Brothers, there's a lot of stuff that because we haven't seen you. That I'll get you filled in here soon. But there is a lot of stuff going on. Tyson-Paul, yeah, I'm down with that. I want to be there for that thing.
I watched
credential, no credential,
I watched
whatever.
the two girls that are going to be on the undercard. You know, my girl Soriano, the girl Amanda. But I just watched the fight. The fight when she lost to the girl she's fighting.
Okay.
I rewatched it, and that other girl. Even though that when I saw it originally, I was, maybe because I'm being biased that I liked her, but it could have went her way. The other girl.
Okay.
It could have went her way after I watched it the second time. Even though that Amanda kept coming forward and putting pressure, because that's the way that she fights. She's not one that's backing up. She comes at you, you know what I mean? But when she was coming in, she was receiving a lot of blowback and counters to her face and everything else. So once I saw it the second time, I'm not mad. I'm not mad or upset about the decision for that other girl to win. And she won it by decision. She won it by a split decision.
I got I got an Amanda thing. Not Amanda. What's her name?
Amanda.
Yeah. I got an Amanda thing going on tonight with my eye. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Did you
She's
see?
not bad looking either. When she done up, she's not bad looking. For a fighter.
Well, neither am I, but I still got something going on in my eye right here. Hey, did you see this clip? This is not boxing, but did you see this?
Now for Kendra McIntyre.
Oh yeah.
Now for Kendra McIntyre.
Look at her feet.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's gone.
That looked like just bring a body bag in, man.
That's how what's her name did Ronda Rousey kicked her right in the face just like that. Holly Holmes, I think is her name. Yeah, she did Ronda Rousey the same way, yo, dude. She kicked her right in the face and she was done.
That one I threw up 7.2 thousand on on YouTube.
Oh shoot!
No, is it YouTube or yeah? That one's YouTube. I don't know what it did on IG. So
you don't have it set up that when you post it on one, it goes to all of them.
No, because I'm experimenting. It's really weird. So you'll put something on. So like, let me see. There's
Because I think there's an option where you can connect and it'll share it to all your other platforms.
There's one that I put up on. This one was a couple weeks ago. We got 218,000 on IG. It got like 400 on YouTube. So I'm trying to. I'm working on this, but we got a million impressions last week, so we're getting somewhere. But we're trying to master it because this is one of the keys to us moving forward and doing some crazy stuff here. Actually, do I have that thing twice? I think I have that. And that. So what did I say that it just got on YouTube? 7,000. It got 11.2 on IG. So that one did go both places.
Okay.
Some of these we get some 300,000s on here. So we're finding golf is getting us a lot. Fighting is getting us a lot, especially MMA is getting us a lot. The one fight, who is this guy? I don't know. I guess this was 300, but the guy who, where the heck is it?
The one that got,
yeah, he got
that
KO'd.
got dropped.
Steven, can you pull? Actually, we have a picture of Tom straight out of his training session today, right there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, there he is. Steven, look for the one. You got to see the stuff he comes out. He just sits here and makes us laugh every night.
He likes the green screen there.
He's got the green screen shirt too, so he can just float his head all over the place.
Really?
Let me find this short. It was
Luker with
it's
that
got
beard.
53,000. Holloway.
Oh yeah, Max Holloway.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
was
Gaethje?
Max Holloway the winner
Wasn't
or the
it
loser?
Gaethje?
Yeah, Gaethje. Yeah. Boom, 50. One shot. The guy went down on his face like
yeah.
Pacquiao against the dude who knocked Pacquiao out.
Oh,
with the shot. Yeah, I was gonna say Madonna. It wasn't
no, it's not
guy,
Madonna.
The guy fought 300 times.
No, not Madonna. But yeah, that knockout by what was his name?
They fought over and over and over again. How can we? And the guy quit after that. He never fought again after that fight.
That fight,
because and Pacquiao wanted to fight him. He's like,
I dropped him.
He was the guy who used to drink his own piss.
Yeah. No, was it? Mm-hmm. No, that you're talking about. You're talking. The one who did that was.
That's the guy who put Pacquiao to sleep. The guy who would drink his own piss.
No.
The Mexican guy. Yeah. What was it? Who beat Pacquiao and knocked him out? Tom, you looked that one up, Tom. What is? I'm not going to put that on the screen, but we see what Tom's got.
No,
going
I thought
on
it was
there
that dude that used to smoke the cigarettes and stuff. That used to drink his piss. Yeah, the one that fought Cotto, and he was talking about his wife. Marquez is the one, but the dude that used to drink the piss, he was from Nicaragua or something. He would smoke cigarettes right after the fight.
I don't know, but I know that Marquez used to drink his piss.
Really?
Too. Yeah. All right, here's what we got to do. We got to bring a Luker in real quick. We got to do a Luker live update. We come back. We got to talk about Ryan Garcia, and I got to ask you some questions about this, about Ryan Garcia. And we got to talk about the fight Canelo this weekend.
Absolutely, let's get it.
So let's get to Luker right here. Steven, you ready? We got the Luker live. He's going to let us know what is going on at the moment. This is like up to date. You give us a minute, and Luker will give you the sports world. What do you got, buddy?
Halftime in Indiana, the Pacers are up 59-47.
Now, what did I say? Who did I say was going to win the game?
The Pacers.
Exactly. All right. So let's get us back on track here. Keep going, buddy.
And as mentioned, we have a couple games are going to be starting soon. The Cleveland Guardians and the Houston Astros, and the Boston Bruins and the NHL Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The other NBA game is the Knicks and 76ers. Nick,
go.
If you heard that earlier in the show that the 76 ownership got all the remaining tickets, so any Knicks fans that are attending will not be lucky unless they got their ticket beforehand.
Did you see what happened in Philly the other day, Nick?
No.
Yeah, so it was full of Knicks fans, and they were yelling, F Embiid, F Embiid. Embiid commented about it. I can't believe this happened. Philly fans are better than this. You guys got to get out here. They put a Knicks jersey on the Rocky statue. They were burning
I did see
stuff.
that.
So
I did see that.
I guess the 76ers management today went around and bought all the unsold tickets so that Knicks fans couldn't buy them. Went out and gave them away for free on the street.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Steven.
Hey, but yo, they need whatever edge they can get right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because yo, they were done the other night.
Who was? The Sixers?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but now I think the Knicks might be done because they choked that game away.
Oh, they blew it big
all the
time.
momentum is with Philly right now.
Oh my God! But go ahead, Luke.
Go ahead, Steven.
And then on this day in history in 1999, John Elway announces his retirement from the NFL. And that is your sports update.
Wow, there's not much going on right now. You
Yeah,
zipped
all
right
the
through
baseball
that, bro.
stuff happened earlier in the day. That's
Oh,
the
they were
thing.
all afternoon games, huh?
Yeah.
All right. All
Wow.
right, cool. So
Well, hopefully the Knicks do it tonight, bro.
all right, so hey, let me ask you about Ryan Garcia because we know everybody knows that you're involved in the testing
Right,
aspect in
right.
the end, and you don't. Other than that, we don't know what the hell goes on. But
Right.
so if you test a fighter,
Right.
or an athlete, you don't just test fighters. You
I
test
test that. I test
swimmers
anybody who's
and
professional.
horses.
Yeah,
and,
whoever's professional, and then whoever's on the professional level, dude. I might get lucky and I might meet somebody big, or I might meet somebody that is just on from the ground up, getting in.
When you get done here, will you run across the parking lot and test Tom real quick before on your way home?
Look at Tom's eyeballs. What?
How long does it take? You don't get results. There's nothing that
to be
can get
honest
results,
with you,
right?
I don't do nothing with no results or none. I just go through the process and I send it off. But I do know that, like,
Can results be like when we test water for water treatment?
Right.
They're these sticks.
Right,
They're
you
not
could
so
put 'em in
accurate. We
there.
put it in, it turns a certain, like cocaine. Cops, they shake it up. If it
Yeah,
turns blue, it's
no.
cocaine. Can they do that with a urine test?
To be honest with you, I've never heard or anything like that. All I know is that I've been to fights, and the same process at the fight is the same process if I went to the house.
Okay.
The same exact thing. You know what I mean? So when you go to a fight, you have two guys like me. One guy takes one guy, the other guy takes another guy, and most of the time it's always the main event and the co-main event. It depends on who's the person on the co-main event to you know what I mean? If they're like a big name, or maybe it's a fight that's going to set up so that they will be the main event on the next one, then
Gotcha.
they'll send another person to test those people too. But it's always one group goes with one fighter, the other group goes with the other fighter, and the same process. You're going to get tested just before the weigh in and face off and all that stuff, and then they're going to get tested directly the minute that they walk off the mat in the ring.
Now,
win or lose.
When they agree to testing, usually, and correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm going to fight Steven, and we agree to testing, and we're going to train for 2 months. The testing starts pretty much right away throughout the whole process, right?
8 weeks. 8 weeks before the fight.
Now, if I was to say test clean all the way up, if I was clean all the way up to the first 7 weeks. Would it really do me any good to take an illegal substance days before the fight?
I don't think it
positive?
would. I don't think it would. I don't think it would have.
So-
I don't think it would benefit you.
So Garcia apparently, tested
He's
clean.
He's swearing up and down that he feels that this is a conspiracy with the Haney, and then you got the Harvey Doc with the referee, and then there's rumors that Haney's dad knew one of the judges, and it might have been that judge that gave a 112, or that other card that was just ridiculous on the numbers, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. But rumors fly all the time, so you really don't know. But as far as when it comes to this testing thing, you're going to test it, and then you're going to take that, and you're going to overnight it, and then once it gets to the lab the next day, how long it takes from that process, I don't know. But my thought on a situation in a fight of that level, or any championship fight, if it's getting there the next day, it's going to be in the process of going through the process of testing it for whatever they're looking for.
And they can't buy off a lab.
No.
There's no...
No,
I wouldn't put it past De La Hoya, I'm sure.
Nah,
but
bro.
no, you know what? If you could pay off a lab, Canelo would have
the
never
technician-
tested positive for the Mexican tacos.
Right? I didn't know that, though. I never knew that he failed twice.
Oh, yeah, and he blamed it on the Mexican tacos,
No
the Mexican
kidding,
meat.
man.
Yeah, that was a while
what's
ago.
the name? Ryan Garcia saying that it was because of ashwagandha.
For what?
Ashwagandha.
What is that?
That is like a. It's like a. It's a stimulant for your libido. It's a stimulant for energy. It's a stimulant for all kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not illegal. You can go to GNC and buy a bottle of that. But maybe he said maybe the one that he was taking maybe had some of the I forgot how to pronounce the name of it, ostratine or ostranine or whatever. I never heard of it, but supposedly it's a stimulant to your muscles to help you build mass on your
Okay.
muscles. So
Well, here, so I'm looking at facts. Ryan Garcia looks like a different dude for
Yeah.
this fight than he did when he fought Tank.
yeah, but when he fought Tank, he had the hydration clause. He couldn't come in no higher than 5 pounds than what he did on the weigh-in.
He looked like Manute Bull when he fought
Yeah, all
Tank, and now,
skinny.
yeah, I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
he looked, and he
You know,
came in heavy. So, does he purposely came in heavy?
Supposedly, right after the following day, I don't know if you saw it on the media at all, but he said that Mayweather told him to like just come in 3 pounds heavy.
Really?
Yeah. It's all over the thing. Like,
I
he said that
didn't see
Mayweather
that.
told him come in 3 pounds heavy. Whatever, forget about that bet you got with Haney. Pay him off. What you're gonna make in the fight, you're gonna that 1 million to give to Haney on the weight ain't no big deal. But
And this thing did astronomical pay-per-view
It
numbers.
did.
These guys made like 30 and 40 million each.
Yeah.
The Tank's not making that kind of
Yeah.
money, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, is he really?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how much is Canelo making
Yeah.
then?
Probably maybe 10 more than maybe what Tank does. But it varies on each fight. It just depends on how much you hype it up, who's your opponent, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not making that every fight.
Yeah, but boxing is a dead sport.
But you
I
know
mean,
what?
we follow
seems
it,
like,
obviously.
I know, but it seems like every time that boxing makes a little edge to like make a move and like get it on the right track, some crazy crap like this happens.
Let me pull info up on this fight.
You know
I
what
want
I
to pull these
mean?
guys up. Yeah,
So-
it's there's always, but it's every sport. Now, even Ted was saying that. I mean, you can't like the NBA. If you think that the NBA is not scripted and fixed, you're crazy.
It
Baseball
is.
is scripted and
It
fixed.
is.
Otani is guilty as hell. And more stuff is coming out. We were on last night talking about they were laundering money into chips and then trading the chips in
I
and
saw
all this.
that.
But baseball does not want
Right.
Otani
I saw that.
to be guilty. So they're going to do everything they can to cover this up. But yet, Trevor
You
Bauer,
think
who
that
was
it-
not
do you
guilty,
think it's baseball
is
or
banned.
you think it's the Dodgers?
No, it's MLB because Lenny Dykstra gave us a year ago all these like this thick legal documents. I'm like, what are you giving this to me for?
Right.
I'm going to sue everybody for $10 billion each, and they conspired against me. And I'm like, Lenny, you're crazy. He's like, have a lawyer look at it. So I gave it to our lawyer, and he looked at it. He goes, there's actually really something here. The
Really?
biggest problem is that it's Lenny, and Lenny is so screwed
He's
up
so
that
burnt.
no one is going to
Right, to take him serious.
Yeah, and Lenny sued Ron Darling for defamation and some stuff at one point. And at the end of the trial, the judge came back and said, look, trial's over. You may or may not be correct, but you have done yourself so much harm that there's
Right.
nothing anyone
You're
can
not
do to
credible.
harm you anymore.
You're not credible.
So case dismissed.
Right. You're
And
not a
that's-
credible person.
That's what my attorney said, who looked at it. He said, if this was someone else, yeah, this is big news.
Right.
There's
If it's
something
coming
here.
from him, people that are on the fence, whether he's full of it or not, are going to be like, that's just another antic he's trying to pull.
So Tim Bradley, you respect Tim Bradley?
Yeah, he used to be all right. He was okay.
Tim Bradley would brawl. I mean, he didn't have a lot of power, but he would go toe to toe with you.
Yeah.
He never
was good.
beat Manny, although they
No.
gave him a decision on one of those suckers. But he did. He had the fight with the Russian dude right after Manny. I
Right.
forget that guy's name. Do you remember they were toe to toe? This guy was relevant for about a year.
The Russian guy?
Yeah, this Russian guy. He was. I forget his name, but they were great fights. I mean, they were all time classics. Where Bradley was out on his feet and then came back, and I mean, they were. Yeah, you gotta.
He apologized to Ryan, but now after yesterday, he was like, you did this to the fans and you did this to cheating, and right away. But right after
Who,
the
Bradley
following
said
day,
this?
yeah, Bradley, yeah, he
Oh, I didn't know
he
that.
said that Ryan was gonna get dog walked and beat, and Haney's out of his league and all that. So then after the fight, not that night, but the following day, he said I was wrong, and a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of stuff.
Penguin AZ giving you some shout outs.
Hey, what up, Penguin?
So I was looking at what Timothy Bradley's saying here about Canelo-Munguia or Munguia.
You got it right.
Munguia,
Yeah.
whatever.
You got it right. Munguia.
He thinks that Munguia's got a shot here. I think Munguia's got a shot.
Anybody got
here.
a shot, bro. Anybody got a punch or shot.
What is Munguia's record? Munguia's record is
He's undefeated.
he's 43-0
Yeah.
with 34 knockouts.
Yeah.
He's 27 years old. He's got a 72-inch reach. Why can't they put this all in one spot?
I think it'll be a good fight, but I just think Canelo's experience and him. I think maybe Canelo's gonna have he seems to be a little bigger and stronger but looks are deceiving sometimes. But I think it'll be a good fight, and then Canelo's gonna just be Canelo and
then go fight nobody again after. And now he's talking. He's talking big.
I just saw him talking to Stephen A. Smith today or yesterday.
What, that he would fight Benavidez in the same night?
Yeah.
Of course he's saying that now because,
but of
it's
course,
not gonna
again, he
happen.
said, hey, you know what? If the money's right. But he knows after this fight this weekend, if he wins, which he should win, but if he wins, that he knows that, if he really doesn't fight Benavidez, then there's something wrong. But again, as he was talking to Stephen A. Smith, and he repeated it about 3 times. If the money is right, let's do it,
But these guys say whatever the hell they say when they say it. But then when it comes time to actually do it,
I don't know.
They don't.
But he
they
also
don't come
said
up,
that he's
man.
only going to maybe do a couple more fights, and that's it. Call his career quits.
The first rule of boxing is never believe a boxer when he says anything. Because they never know where. So Canelo is so this is a good bet right here. If you want to take a chance, Munguia plus 375.
So 100 will get you 375.
100 will get you 375. Canelo is minus 550.
Damn. So you got to put 550 down just to win 100.
Yeah. So he's such a favorite, and I don't understand
so that
why.
Wouldn't, even if it wouldn't be it would be a good gamble.
It would be. So here. So Fury and Usyk, they're both minus 110.
Wow.
They're calling that even, and I don't see
don't
that
see
fight
it?
as it. I just think that the Fury's just way too big.
He's very big,
And-
tall, long.
yeah,
reach.
and
he looks great.
And he's hard to hit.
Yeah,
you
he
gotta
looks
throw
great.
out the fight against the UFC guy. Just throw it out. He didn't take it serious.
You're right.
He figured it was just a goof. I'm gonna go in here.
You're right.
and-
After the way Joshua put him down, maybe that was just a fluke. Maybe like we said, maybe he took him way too lightly.
Yeah, I expect Tyson Fury to really. I don't think that fight's going to be close. That's coming up in a few weeks. That fight, but some of these other ones that are on just for like odds. Who are these people?
That card for the Crawford fight is being built up pretty good. Yeah. Now they're trying to say they might add if what's the name? If Deontay Wilder wins his next fight, he'll be fighting some dude named Anderson on that card.
So
that card is loaded though.
Yeah, let me see if they have that card on here yet. That's
Which one?
It's the
one I was just talking about.
Crawford.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's odds on here yet.
Crawford's gonna beat the hell out of that guy.
So Wilder, all right.
He's fighting
Zilly.
Yeah, some dude from overseas.
Zilly's minus 190. He's the favorite. Wilder's plus 155. That's a pretty.
That's because of his last performance.
It's a pretty heavy. Yeah, and he could be shot. He could.
I think he'll win.
Be shot.
You know that? I don't think he'll come in doing what he did last time because he knows that was a terrible performance.
Your girl, plus 135. She's the underdog against Taylor. She's fighting somebody named Taylor.
I'm telling you, Taylor's
minus 165.
After I watched that fight again, I think what 2 days ago I watched it when I was at home. Dude, the girl fought really well.
Ruiz is minus 350 against Miller.
Ruiz is minus?
Ruiz is no joke, bro. For a big fat slob.
My bad. I got it backwards.
Yeah, no, he's the favorite.
I think he'll beat Big Baby Miller.
Crawford's minus 600 against the clown that he's fighting.
There's nobody beating Crawford right now, dude.
There was nobody beating Crawford a year ago, but a year's a long
him.
time. This guy's not going to beat him. Nobody knows who the hell this guy is.
But Yeah, because that guy got the belt. I heard somebody make a comment that he got the belt emailed to him.
Yeah, that's kind of
because
what
somebody
happened,
had to
right?
relinquish it for some reason, and that's how he ended up because he was the next contender. You know what I'm saying, for the belt. So he ended up getting the belt. So from what I read, Crawford's only doing this just to grab the belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants to
That's
fight
all.
Canelo.
Yeah.
So he's moving
if
up.
I take that belt, what else is there? I have a belt. You got to fight me for it. You know what I mean?
And Canelo's going to pull a Floyd here and wait for Crawford to get too old.
Well, I hope not.
I mean, because Crawford's old already. Crawford is 30, in his late 30s. So how are you with conspiracies? You believe when they say
I'm not crazy. I'm
aliens
not
and
crazy
UFOs?
about them, but you
All right.
know.
I'm going to show you a picture, and we're going to go back to Mike Tyson for a minute because this involves him.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right,
let's
let me pull up the info first. All right.
All right, brother.
All right, so this is from Mike Tyson's fight in 1995 against Peter McNeely.
Oh my God!
People believe that during the fight, a traveler from the future jumped in a time machine to
With
come
the
and
phone?
witness the event.
Was it the one with the phone, the
Yeah,
iPhone?
yeah. Fast forward, so we got to sit here through this. Listen right here.
Red
They had
iPhone.
They had a red iPhone. That's just 1988. The dude had a red iPhone.
Red iPhone.
Maybe that was him.
Maybe, but that looks white from here. But I remember Apple used to do
that
those
was
red ones.
88. He had a
Yeah,
red
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Then he upgraded to the silver one,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
titanium one.
But I remember because the Apple used to do the red phone to what was it to help the people in Africa or something like that.
You know what? Def Leppard had a one-armed drummer and a red iPhone all the
I
way
heard
back
it.
in 1988.
And you know what? I've heard that line before, but I got bad ears, so I was like, he didn't say iPhone.
It sure sounded like
the minute
iPhone
you
to
played
me.
it right now. That's why I said red iPhone.
Yeah. Welcome to the misheard lyrics segment. I don't know. I heard red iPhone, and so did Nick the Flick.
Yeah.
So, take your arguments somewhere else, Mr. Q.
Radar.
What the fuck is a radar phone?
I
That's
don't
no such
know.
thing.
I don't know. Radar. But you're right. It did sound like
It sounds like red iPhone to me,
And you
and
know
I'm
what,
going with
AJ?
it.
It'll always be red iPhone.
Exactly. You know what? It's the Bleacher Brothers show, but it's I'm the anchor of this show, and I'm
That's
saying
it.
it's a red iPhone.
That's it.
Okay.
Red iPhone.
All right. So where are you eyeballing? What do you got going on this weekend? It's a big weekend. Is Kentucky
be honest
Derby?
with you-
You do anything with the Kentucky Derby?
Nah, I
All
don't.
right.
I don't. I might watch the race. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the whole build up of it, but nah. Saturday I got somebody to go make a early morning visit,
Okay.
and then after that Saturday night, I'm gonna watch the fight.
Where are you watching a fight at?
Probably at home. Probably at home, and unless we're out and about, then I'll definitely make sure that my wife makes a couple phone calls and see what bar or whatever having it.
Why don't you hit your guy up, bro? You never, the fights. We're here. We're talking about them. We're doing your man cave. I'll bring the beer. You know what I mean?
We can.
I ain't gonna drink any of it, but I'll bring you the beer, whatever you want.
Whenever, we could always do whatever you guys want, man. I got the
Let's
big
do
screen
it.
at home and order some food and hang out in there.
Hey,
whenever you want, bro.
I'm telling you, hit me up. If you're into it, I'll do it. If not,
if I'm home, I'm definitely gonna be watching it. So if you want to slide through, you're more than welcome. Always, bro. You're always welcome at my house.
Saved myself $90 that night.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean?
I ain't paying for it, baby. I'm not paying for it. I give you the stream site. You can watch anything on that thing.
You can't say that on here, bro.
Oh,
They're gonna come
no?
and shut us down.
Oh
man.
my God.
Hey, nobody better be bootlegging the stream of this show, all right? It's big bucks for this show right here. We start charging a fee to watch the show. So,
But not paying for nothing like that.
the golf. Are you into this Byron Nelson Classic this weekend at all? Tom does a little golf segment now on the show, and it's actually good.
I saw him doing I'm not sure if it was on TikTok or not, but I saw him, giving a little golf update and stuff like that.
I've known the dude for 2 decades. I've never heard him put a sentence together that made any sense until last night. He broke down the Byron Nelson.
I think he was, the tournament.
Yeah. He's been doing this a couple weeks now.
I saw him. Hey, Tom, you saw that AJ said he's ready to hit the ball.
Yeah, I don't know what has he got going on here. What are we even looking at? Oh, he's working on something.
He's working on his. He looks like he's playing.
I know what he's working on. He's working on getting his brains blown out. I can see what he's working on right here. I don't know if this is. I don't know if this is tasteful or not, but this is gonna. All right, Steven, easy with the drums, pal. Let me handle. Let me handle. Did you set your board up already, Steven, or no? You're muted, pal. All right, yeah. Wait till you get your soundboard. Do you see what Tom's trying to do here? He's trying to put
a conspiracy.
He's trying to put his head on JFK's body in the convertible in Dallas.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you put yourself in the school book depository there with the gun in your hand?
Knoll.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hold the observatory.
All right, look, here's what we need to start doing. We can't be, especially now, we can't be doing this like every 2-3 weeks. It's been you, it's been me, it's been everything. But let's get it into a weekly segment. Whether you're here, whether you're from home, let's get it done.
I am game, brother. I am game.
and-
We just need to sit down, we talk, we make a game plan, and
And we need to start doing UFC. We need to launch. We have 9 shows.
There's a couple UFCs coming up that.
Yeah, 303's coming up, right? What happened to 301 and 302? I saw 300, now it's going to 303.
We probably skipped it. Well, but you know what? Not for nothing. They play UFCs like every other week. Only the big cards go on pay-per-view. But he throws some of them on just regular ESPN Plus and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
we need to start following that stuff for sure, man.
And you got a bunch of old retiree MMA guys going at it in the boxing ring. I think in another week or two with Masvidal and Nick Diaz. They're gonna fight.
Steven, give me that bare knuckle thing real quick. I want to talk to Nick real quick about that before I leave.
Dude, I went to 2 events with 2 of those, and dude, it's awesome.
I'm fascinated with this, man. I saw this clip, and let me see what the. All right, let's see what kind of action the clip got when I threw it up real fast.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a short, so it's a long form version.
Right.
2 of them, they each got over 1,000 views.
Right.
That's big for long form, just
Right.
putting up a short clip. But when I saw this, I'm like, I don't know. Let me eyeball it because I'm looking for stuff.
You
that
know
will
they
get
have
traction.
that at the Hard Rock all the time.
No, we need to go and cover this.
I'm saying they have these things all the
I didn't
time.
know it. And what I'm saying is I did not know it, but yes, we have to go and cover
Oh,
it.
yeah,
This,
yeah.
I'm sure anyone with a camera or a pen and a piece of paper can get a credential to this thing.
Yeah.
But this is some violent looking shit right here,
bro.
man.
Oh, yeah, he's been around for a while.
Lose the banner.
Look at that. He's just holding his head.
Yeah, I know. He was holding him behind
behind the head. Look, he's doing it again. He's pulling his hair. I didn't even know if that's even fair.
Apparently.
That's like hockey. You know
It
what I
is
mean?
like hockey.
Yeah, you pull the back of the jersey and try to lift it up so you can blast them in the face with your other hand.
I dig this ring, too. The round ring.
Oh, yeah,
I'm liking
yeah,
this,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
But what's the sense of even having a ring? They ain't going nowhere. They're just standing toe to toe. Are they all like this? Do any of these guys
Oh no,
float like
some
butterflies?
of these guys, some of these guys when they get hit, you'll see them like trying to save themselves and backing up and stuff like that. So they'll run around till they recover. But this is what you see, dude. Like I was telling you on the phone the other night. You go to one of these fights, the card has at least 20-something fights on it.
Yeah, this is sick, man.
And the reason why they have 20 fights on the card is because you got dudes that come in there and knock somebody out in 5-10 seconds. Pow! So they go quick. The fights go quick.
So I thought the Gallagher-looking guy was going to go down because he looked like he was getting his ass kicked, but this guy punched himself out.
But then that's all it takes, bro. It's just that one.
Oh, Steven, isn't there one other one, buddy? From our YouTube, there was one other one, pal.
Yeah, the girls. Sometimes the one I went to, the girls fought
it was the same.
best.
It was the same. It's the same girl fight. It's the same. It's the same one. The kick,
man,
the kick to the head.
When I've gone, when I went over there, the girl fights got more praise than the men.
What? Hang on, I gotta. What the hell am I doing here? How is this? I know, but I'm trying to find. I can't. It won't let me. I don't have it anymore, Steven. It's gone. It's telling me add to scene.
Oh, stop!
You broke it, Steven. You're fired, dude. So now I can't get back to. I can't get back to me and Nick now. Because. Oh damn it,
Tom, where you
Steven.
at? Are you in the woods over in that place in Japan where everybody hangs himself and stuff? You know that place I'm talking about?
There we go. All right. Hey, so Chase is fighting.
Oh yeah,
he was supposed to fight this weekend.
I saw you did a interview with him like a couple weeks ago, weren't?
He was supposed to fight this weekend, but the guy couldn't make weight, so the fight got canceled. But now he's in another fight.
Couldn't make weight.
Yeah,
that sucks. Man.
He's fighting for another amateur belt, but I don't like this. They're fighting kickboxing rules, no elbows.
Right.
That's Chase's elbows, dude.
Chase likes that elbow.
I don't like this. So he's got all the people around him are pressuring him to go pro.
Really?
He's got a promoter. They found him a promoter. They're Go Pro UFC, Go Pro Boxing. But I don't like this kickboxing sort of thing for him because I don't want to see the dude lose. I don't want to see the dude get hurt.
Right.
And he's just chasing this WC belt that they're apparently never going to give him a shot to get. And he's not a kid anymore. He's like 25 years old. So it's time to
you gotta step it up.
If
this is what you want to do with yourself.
You got a small window to make cash doing this.
Absolutely. Because you can't be getting kicked in the face forever.
No, I don't like this. I don't think we're going to be able to cover it based on the date. And it's like in Syracuse. You know what? We can cover it. We could send Toby. Lives in Syracuse and he's going home. We could cover it with Toby.
Toby's. Who was the dudes that was covering the draft?
You watched their show? It was Toby.
Oh, so that was Toby. Who's the dude that was doing the street interviews?
Oh, that was Christian. Christian was at the draft. Yeah, he went up there. He didn't do any Who's the Greatest, right?
No,
everybody knows that's yours, bro.
No.
We got that
he
in
was
writing.
doing.
He was
just talking to people and stuff.
Yeah, no, he's a fantastic.
But I was just like, damn, that got to be awesome to go to a draft party one day.
He was at the actual draft.
No, I know.
Yeah. He went to the combine too.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy.
That was the other one, dude.
He's covering Inter Miami on Saturday. This dude is nonstop. He's
from here?
Yeah, he's from here, man. And what really got Robbie introduced us to him. You know Robbie,
right?
Because they go to FAU together. Right. And I said, let me meet this guy. So I bring him in. I start talking to him. So where'd you go to school? High school, King's Academy.
Really?
That's where my kid goes. That's where my kid goes. So it made me feel so much better about the $30K that I drop at this thing every single year for my fifth grader.
You can make something of yourself.
This kid he's a go-getter. He's hungry, and he never picked up a camera until COVID. He was a swimmer. He was this, according to him, and King's, for people that they know what it is, but King's is serious when it comes to athletics.
Yeah.
He's the second most decorated swimmer in King's history.
Really?
But I guess injuries and then COVID, he decided to start taking pictures. And he's taking pictures. He's worked with Floyd. He's worked with, who is that rapper who was at FAU last year? What the hell is his name? Kodiak Black. Inter Miami. The credentials.
Inter Miami's where Messi's at right now.
Yeah, he's doing that Saturday. He's worked with all sorts of big people, but the credentials, I had nothing to do with them.
He gets them from what?
He's
himself?
He's on the NFL. He's in.
Really?
Yeah, and this kid hustled all of that himself.
Yeah.
And the stuff that this way, if available, even if not Saturday, maybe you and Chef take me to the range and work me out, and get me going. But there's a lot of stuff going on that you need to know about because it affects everyone.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, Nick the Flick, anything you want to do in Clay? You want to get out of here to go eat your tacos?
Who you waiting for in there?
Yeah, Tom's
your cellmate.
Yeah, Tom's in solitary.
He's waiting for your buddy Trump to come next to you.
Yeah, I got another 30 years.
He's waiting for Marisol to get in there.
He's waiting for his
visit.
Oh, yo, she's in trouble.
He's waiting for his. You know what Tom is doing in there? He's getting ready to sell something so he can get some smokes. Let's just leave it at that. So we're gonna go to a quick commercial break. Nick, dude, we gotta get you in here more. You're gonna see a lot more in Nick.
Hey, absolutely, I'm with it.
We're gonna be back with Joe Q, and we are gonna break down this Kentucky Derby that's coming up this weekend. Steven, you can give Nick a round of applause there, all right, buddy?
Thank you, everyone.
Before we go to break here,
I'll catch you guys on the next Bleacher Brothers show. All
right,
let's go Knicks. Let's go Yankees. Let's get it.
Everybody, sit tight. We'll be right back.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I gotta tell you, I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too, but I'm glad we are.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and life experiences come together through conversation, and it feels good.
Wow, your story is so...
Interesting?
Yeah.
When people actually sit down, talk, and listen to one another, they can break down boundaries and connect as human beings. At lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep, you can listen to amazing, life-changing conversations and find simple tools to start a conversation of your own.
I know one thing. This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together by having the courage to start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding.
Whoa!
Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
This is the story of a very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is. She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces, just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service.
Come out, Virginia, don't let me wait. You Catholic girls start much too late. Oh, but sooner or later it comes down to fate. I might as well be the one Well, they showed you a statue, told you to pray. They built you a temple and locked you away. Ah, but they never told you the price that you pay for things that you might have done. Only the good die young. That's what I said. Only the good die young. Only the good die young. You might have heard I run with a dangerous crowd. We ain't too pretty, we ain't too proud. We might be laughing a bit too loud. Oh, but that never hurt no one. So come on, Virginia, show me a sign. Send up a signal, I'll throw you the line. The stained glass curtain you're hiding behind never lets in the sun. Darling, only the good die young. Whoa, 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 whoa. I tell you, only the good die young. Only the good die young. You got a nice white dress and a party on your confirmation. You got a brand new soul, and a cross of gold. But Virginia, they didn't give you quite enough information. You didn't count on me, you were counting on your rosary. Oh, 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 and they say there's a heaven for those who will wait. And some say it's better, but I say it ain't. I'd rather laugh with the sinners than cry.
I don't know what's
with the
going on. I've been on a
saints.
Billy Joel kick. Me and Steven listened to like 20 minutes of Billy Joel before the show started tonight, and I don't like Billy Joel.
It's catchy. Once you listen to one song, Billy Joel, then you listen to the second one. Next thing you know, you're listening to the greatest hits volumes 1, 2, and 3.
I know. The only one we didn't listen to was Uptown Girl, I think. We listened to a whole bunch here. But
Yeah.
Joe Q, bro, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
Let's get to the important stuff first. All right, let's make some announcements, all right? Let me pull my calendar up here. You all right if I do this?
Go right ahead.
Mark your calendars. So there's going to be some lineup changes slightly. All right. The Bleacher Brothers show we're going to change. We are not going to go 6 to 9 every night. We're going to go 6 to 8. Some tired people. Not only am I doing this, and we put a lot of time into this. I do, Steven does, Tom does. Everybody's associated with the show. It's not just like hop on at 6 and hang out till 9. No, we start planning this days and weeks before, and at 3 o'clock every day, you can't get me because yeah, I know. It's as much of a shit show as this thing is. We're working to improve it all the time. So we're going to go to 6 to 8. It appears that a Listella report or a version of Listella report is going to go 8 to 9. And then Joe Q, or the Joe Quill Show. That's what it's called now, right? The Joe Quill Show
Yes, we changed the name on Tuesday night.
is going to be live on 102.9 and streaming everywhere he currently streams, and then everywhere Bleacher Brothers streams also from 9 to 11. And he's going to be going Monday through Thursday. But we are going to be providing the content Monday through Friday. Fridays might be a best of. Fridays might be, I have some ideas, and I've talked to people about these ideas, where Friday being almost like a frat night sort of show. But anyway, so the lineup, these are the shows that you can look forward. And all of these shows, we are either directly or indirectly responsible for the programming that's on here right now. All right. Also eligible, which is your gig on Saturday mornings. Okay. We got Talk Spicy, which obviously we don't produce Coach Gene, but we were the people that got him to come over here. And Coach Gene is phenomenal. I love Coach Gene. His show is great. His knowledge is great. Everything about him is great. And, Coach Gene is going to be like the big show on these networks, I can tell you. Listella Report, Martinez and Defoe. Again, obviously, Defoe's been doing this a long time, and so has Angel, but behind the scenes, we got him on. All right? There were some, because the Totally Broken Sports Network left such a bad taste in everyone's mouth that we had to, we had to wash their mouths out and get the taste out. And we were able to do that with Martinez and Default Unscripted, Back to the Dugout, White Noise with Gerald White, the Joe Quill Show. There's going to be a Bleacher Bet show coming, and there's way more in the works. So, this is it, man. We are covering the bases. And if you go back to what is going on here, I got to see what's going on here. I have no idea what this is. Do you have any idea what this is from, Joe? I know what that's from. That's from one of the Kentucky Derby articles there, the Kentucky Oaks article. Is that what it's from?
It might be. And
yeah,
I didn't know Chef Tom was transitioning to a woman.
He's transitioning to something. What it is, we're not really quite sure. But everything that we set out a year ago. I don't know if anyone remembers, Steven, if you remember. And Joe, I think you were involved initially. I said, this is what we would like to do. And it's going to take us a long time to get there. And it's going to take a lot of hard work from a lot of people. And I appreciate guys like you, Joe, because I never came to you and said, hey, can you do this? You just started dumping racing articles. And then you start dumping them every day. Yesterday, you dumped so many. What do you think? I'm sitting around waiting for nothing? But no, I'm just kidding, man.
Well,
and you put out good stuff. And I believe I got us Twin Spires last night. I'm waiting for them to confirm it.
Cool.
So hopefully we'll have it by Saturday. I'll check the email right now. But, it looks good because we have DRF. But the problem with DRF is it's like only in Iowa. And it's for what they gave. DRF is they're living in like the 1980s with their technology.
I could use DRF, but I already have Twin Spires. I have TVG. I have Foam Bet. I have DK Horse. I have 4 different accounts.
Well, we're going to get affiliate accounts with all of these people. And Joe is also going to be joining me next week along with Luch for a day. Because I don't know if you heard Ted Brooks. Ted Brooks will be out there next week or up there next week also. And Ted's bringing in other people because there's so many bases to cover out there that it's impossible for one person. Huge things coming from us. And look, we're doing it for us because we enjoy doing it, but we're doing it for you too because we know that people enjoy watching it. And the numbers speak for themselves. And with what we got coming with FAU and with high schools and it's just so much. I can't get into all of it right now, but this is a sports network that is absolutely positively not broken and very, very, very funny. I think it's funny, and I showed restraint. So I go on to Twitter the other day, and for some reason Tony's feed pops up. I see something that he posted, and there was apparently a fire or something in Cape Coral, and there's smoke coming from behind the Wawa, and it's supposed to. Does anybody know what that is? What is that? Can somebody tell me? And I just wanted to type in, that's the Tony Bruno Sports Network up in smoke. But I refrained. I held my own, and I said, "Yep, all right, I'll take the high road that time." But
Do you
here
remember
I am.
if it was black smoke or white smoke?
That's the Pope, right?
Because if it's black smoke, you don't have a new Pope. If you have white smoke, you do.
Well, I don't know if this was black or white or whatever it was, but either way, that the Totally Broken Sports Network was unfixable, and that's why it was thrown into the to the trash heap. So we got some races coming up this weekend, buddy.
Yes, we do.
All right, this is my favorite Saturday of the year. My daughter's birthday is April 25th. We just, we had her birthday and we had her party. And I remember my wife was in labor, and I said, "Look, we need to induce. You need to do whatever you need to do. I will not be doing birthday parties the first Saturday in May. It doesn't happen. So either push this baby out or hold it in. It will not. It cannot. It's not going to happen because A, we got the Derby. B, we got NHL. We got NBA. And we always have one of the biggest fights of the year that night.
Yep.
So, and my wife, you know what? She did me a solid. She did me a solid, and we got that kid out. They cut her open. So, Doc, get your knife. We're running out of time here. And they cut her open, got that baby out, and everything's been perfect since then. And that's why I love my life and I love my kid, and it's all good. So So Tom is ready. He's got his derby hat on. Looking good, buddy. Looking good, Tom. Looking good, pal. So we got to talk about a couple things. And here's the beautiful thing. So, Steven, there is no LaStella report tonight, correct? Okay. And big shout out to Robbie. Robbie is graduating tomorrow.
Yeah,
He officially becomes an adult tomorrow. No more FAU for him, which no more FAU as a student. But Robbie is going to be the Howard Cosell, the Al Michaels, the Bob Costas of FAU coverage for decades to come, I imagine.
And
You want?
I'm sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
In the first couple of years as part of the FAU alumni, he's going to say, F you ain't getting any money, I don't have it yet.
No, I can't. Sometimes I have problems. And being from Jersey, I should have no problem keeping my mouth shut. But when I left FAU yesterday, this was very cool. I go to a meeting. It looks like it's on the set of The Tonight Show. It's in the top of the stadium, totally glass room overlooking the stadium. And there were just as many people in it yesterday as there are for normal games. Nobody. But we talked about that. We talked about what can Bleacher Brothers do to put more people in the seats here. We talked about NIL and how we can help boost the NIL. And in turn, it boosts us with sponsors and advertisers. It was an amazing and access and lots of different things. So we'll leave it at that. But so there's two races to talk about. And the reason why I asked about Robbie, just to make sure, is that if we go a few minutes, if we do a Howard Stern tonight, we'll just end when we end.
Yeah.
That's all. All right.
Yeah. And I've already alerted my followers that I'm going to be starting late anyway. So that's the beauty of Twitch. I can start when I want.
Awesome. And alert them because this app is so cool. And me and Stephen were talking about this early tonight, and then everything went haywire right afterwards. But I travel a lot, and I like to listen. So I have it on all the time when the shows are live. So I love the app because I take it in the car, connects Apple CarPlay, Android CarPlay. Sounds like you're listening to Sirius XM or whatever you're listening to. The sound is phenomenal.
It is.
It's phenomenal all the time. We have no issues. The issues that we had today were not with the radio. The issues that we had are just the routing of the phone, and because there's lots of different things here, but nothing with the radio. It's an Angel is just an absolute dream to work with, man. I mean, this guy is fantastic. So anyway, so we got two races. What we got? We can cover two races here, but we're not going to give away everything because we're doing that on
Saturday morning.
Saturday
Well,
morning.
we have to give our picks for the Oaks tomorrow.
All right, yeah, and you know what? I got to pull the Oaks up because I didn't print it out. But yeah, why don't you start with the Oaks because you wrote a four-part article on the Oaks.
Yeah.
And the last part should have dropped just a little while ago, I believe.
I saw it.
Okay. And then I believe the betting 101 or the horse racing 101 should be dropped. It just dropped also.
Okay.
And that article will have a permanent spot both in Bleacher Bet and in the horse racing section right here. So
And 102 should be out soon.
Great work, dude. Like really, really, really great work. So I got DRF open. Let me pull up the Oaks, and then I can throw my 2 cents in here.
And while you do that, just to let everybody know, the one Tapit Janelli has been scratched. From what I had seen as of earlier today, the reason is unknown, might be injured. Who knows? But that horse is out. That allows the 15, which is I lost my part here. I got my pages mixed up here. 15, which is what the heck is it? Our Pretty Woman draws it.
Our Pretty Woman. Were they referring to Tom? It's race 11, right? The Oaks tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
Okay, race 11 right here. Doesn't tell me the race. Yeah, it's not telling me the race name. Just telling me race 11. Tapit Janelli, is that who you said just got scratched?
That was scratched this morning.
Okay. All right, cool. So explain to everyone what the hell is the Oaks as opposed to the Derby?
Okay. The Oaks is essentially the 3-year-old race for fillies. and they go a little bit less ground.
And fillies are
And-
females.
Yes, last I checked.
Okay. Now, what if say Gil has Uncle Ernie and Uncle Ernie wants to transition? Could Ernie run in one of these races? At some point, you know that this is going to come up where horses are transitioning, and then
Yeah.
how does that? I mean, you're going to have to deal with that at some point in your coverage.
Yeah,
It's the
unfortunately,
world we live in.
Unfortunately, he'll need a birth certificate from the Caribbean because Uncle Ernie's a 6-year-old, and this is straight 3-year-olds running.
All right. Well, we are very close to Miami, so we can get socials, passports, certificates, whatever we need. They're at our fingertips here. All I got to do is I can dispatch Tom at any moment, and he can come back, and you can be Pablo Ozuna, born whenever you want to.
But also, Uncle Ernie's a sprinter anyway. He wouldn't last more than half a mile in this race.
All right, so I'm gonna carouse the card here real fast, and my picks are not going to be as educated as yours on this because I haven't really spent time on it. But all right. So where do you want to start? What do you want to go through these one by one? You want to give your picks on this thing because we do want to spend time on the Derby.
Yeah, I looked at this race and I gave all the information except for what I like because that'll be posted tomorrow, and also, we'll discuss that as well. One horse I do like is the 5 Torpedo Anna, 5-1 on the morning line right now. Actually, I can tell you what the line is at the very moment because the great thing about Twin Spires is since this race is a race run by them, they give the up-to-date odds on the Twin Spires site. And if I go here, and I apologize for showing my huge forehead and cap.
That's all right. You look like a Macy's Day Parade float, but it's all
that's
good.
all right. Actually, Torpedo Anna right now is the 5-2 favorite at the very moment. There's about $140,000 in the win pool so far. She's got some consistency. She won last time out at Oaklawn to qualify for this race because you need to be in the top 14 in points with this race as opposed to the Derby because you need the top 20. And she won going away. She stalked the early leaders, made what became her customary move. She always makes her move at the final turn, and boom, she was gone. And, one thing I look for, and especially these big races where especially you're going to have probably 130, 150, 170,000 people there at Churchill Downs tomorrow and Saturday. You're going to have a ton of people there. And also Oaklawn, you get big crowds there anyway because there's nothing else to do in Hot Springs. So she's also used to the crowds being there at the races as well. So she's a horse that I'm really looking into right now.
Okay.
The second one that I'm looking at is the 8, which is Tarifa, which is the morning line favorite 7-2. Right now she is at 7-1 early on.
So what are these S's? So go back over to the date. The track was fast. What the hell is this S? This is something new from.
Okay.
Can you tell me what that is? Do you know?
Okay. That is an indication that the races that day on the dirt, since these are all dirt races, the S's on there mean that there was a trend towards front runners winning the race.
Man, they're giving you everything in the racing form. No wonder it costs $27 for a racing form now.
And that C at Churchill Downs with the circle around it, and it's highlighted in that dark color.
Yep.
That means that there was a huge closing bias at Churchill Downs that day.
Wow. Okay. Just more shit to confuse people.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. And one thing you can do, especially if you're looking at this and you're just going for the free program for the race itself, you can actually pull up the races here and watch every single race that isn't CDI owned. Because if it's a CDI owned track, CDI meaning Churchill Downs Incorporated, you can pull up the race and you can watch every race.
Okay.
So, and I looked through most of the races on the Daily Racing Form site. I pulled up the other computer. I started watching those races that are Churchill Downs related. That's where all this information came from.
Okay.
So, Tarifa, she is the race at Churchill that I mentioned where I showed you that closer circle. She wasn't happy in the gate. She was having trouble there, so I wouldn't worry about that. She got to the fairgrounds, and she just went off, closed on the turn and won. And also, fairgrounds, the setup is very similar to Churchill Downs, where it's about a quarter of a mile from the top of the stretch to the finish. So you got a very similar track configuration. Now, she has one on the slop, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow at Churchill. Actually, I think it's supposed to rain all weekend, too.
Oh, that's a new wrinkle, and that's something I was just looking at here, one of these horses. Okay.
And Churchill Downs is on my weather app. It's been on my app for a couple of years now, but if Tarifa can run her same race as before, now, if that's the case, that's going to bring our Pretty Woman into this, because she ran a very similar race in that race and just missed against Tarifa.
And hang on, let me see. So who is that you were talking about?
It was
Stephen. Go ahead, Stephen.
Oh, our Pretty Woman, the 15.
Turn it up, buddy. See, we're ready. We're trying to be ready here. We're Pretty Woman.
I could have gone with the Van Halen version, but we'll go with the original.
It's nothing better than the original.
True. Yeah. So, she won on New Year's Day at Gulfstream. That was a 1-turn mile race. She won at Tampa Bay Downs in the Suncoast, which was a 2-turn race, and then. Oh, wait a second. That was the wrong horse. Hold on. Sorry about that.
So I was looking at Pretty Woman before.
Yep.
What I noticed with Pretty Woman before you told me the weather report tomorrow was that she's 2-0 in a wet track.
Let me double check that here, because I didn't print the program.
You don't have to double check me, buddy. I'm looking at it.
No, I'm looking at it here, so I can look at it too.
I'm not as dumb as I look.
She's 2 for 2. First 2 races of her career were on the slop at the fairgrounds. Both were 2-turn races, which helps as well, because she shown that she can handle the 2 turns. Medaglia d'Oro is a superior horse in terms of long distance races as well. The one thing that you can see here, if you're looking at the free programs, if you click on the sire Medaglia d'Oro, it'll tell you that the average race distance of his offspring is 7.5 furlongs. So they're getting that distance.
This is deep stuff, people. You're not getting this on many other shows where they just bring on people that don't even pay attention to horse racing all year long, except for the Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont. They're not giving you this information. What I notice about here's a couple other things that I like about our Pretty Woman. She was an also eligible.
Yes, she was.
She has also progressed somewhat, buyer-wise, somewhat dramatically from race to race. From 1 to 2, it was a huge jump. From 2 to 3, it was a jump. Why not even more of a jump. And if she jumps at this pace, well, then she's pushing 100. And there ain't nobody else here that has run 100 yet that I'm seeing.
Right.
There's
And
some
the-
that can break, but
Yeah, and the one thing I will say here is, if you spike with a huge number, like for example, Fierceness that has good race and bad race in the Derby, I kind of say, I'm not sure, even though it's a favorite,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
there was one in the Derby that, let me just look, because I noticed with one, I don't, and again, I did it quick because we're saving this for the other show, but
yeah,
who was the horse that I made a special note that he is Fierceness? That was it.
Yeah.
He's up, he's down, he's up, he's down, he's up, he's down. And in the next race, if history repeats itself, is a down. And his number was a 110.
Yeah.
A 110 is sick.
Yeah. And he won that Florida Derby by a football field, basically. And the one thing is he has to run his race, and there is a ton of speed in this race for the Derby. Dornock is going to go for the lead. Track Phantom's going to go for the lead.
All right, we're bouncing. So let's stick on the the Oaks, and then we'll come back over here.
So the 15, that may even be my choice here. Granted, she is going to be on the outside, but you got 3/16 of a mile to decide, are you going to gun? Are you going to sit inside a little bit? Try not to go too far wide on that first turn. And I think this horse could be that sneaky horse that wins at a nice price. And let me just check the up-to-date odds here for you. That 15 right now is 26-1.
26-1 is a good price.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at a morning line. The one that I'm going to go out and say that I like here, and I'm doing this a little bit differently, Joe. I'm making all of my my picks in musical whatever you want to call it. Steven, go ahead, buddy. Hopefully this is what I wanted. Go ahead. Turn it up, Al. The 3-horse. Where's my ring?
Yeah, and she finally won. She won the Gazette as a maiden, which, once you get into this point of the 3-year-old year, to win a graded stake as your first win is a pretty crazy thing. But she was always close. She needed the right race to win to get into the Oaks here, but she's been close, and she may be a long shot chance here.
I like the price.
And right now she is 9-1. So she's getting money early on with about $182,000 in a pool so far.
Yeah, this is why Twin Spires needs to quickly get in cahoots with us here, because then we can be pushing everybody to Twin Spires.
Yeah. And who knows?
What am I hearing, Steven? What am I hearing that, buddy?
And who knows? Maybe it gets us Jason Beam, who's the track announcer at Colonial Downs and Tampa Bay Downs. Tampa Bay closes this weekend. And he also does the Jason Beam Horse Racing podcast for Twin Spires.
Yeah, I got big plans for everything.
Yeah,
but
I trust you.
There's one other, and again, I'm not going deep here, but so we got slop, 3 times on the slop. I'm gonna play around with. I believe the 2.
That is my hunch. That would be if I was...
Hit it, Steven. Go ahead, Joe.
Now, that would have been my very amateurish, just getting into horse racing, playing a name, because...
Oh, that was insulting to me, Steven. Did you hear that? That's effed up.
Well,
And in breaking news, the Joe Quill show has been canceled from breaking news. Yeah, all right. No, keep gin and juice going, Stephen.
nah, but seriously, the one thing is with the Kentucky Derby more than the Oaks, because the Oaks is on a Friday, there is so much dead money that is in the pools because people are playing because the horse is gray, the horse's name. Doesn't really happen in the Derby and the Oaks because there's so many people betting and you get locked out. But the horse takes a dump on the track, for example.
That's a greyhound thing, not a horse racing thing.
Oh, it works. It works on the horses too.
Really?
Yeah, I've done it a couple of times when I was bored. But
did you hear the big announcement about Highlight earlier in the show?
I heard something about that because I chimed in when I was watching through Twitch that Highline maybe here and there. I don't know what the status is there, but I did mention that greyhounds were outlawed a few years ago in Florida.
Oh yeah, greyhounds are gone. The Highlight used to be everywhere when I first moved here. I mean, the buildings are still standing there, but they're just old and condemned. And somebody we do business with the affiliates was sending out some emails recently saying something about Highlight, and I'm like, Highlight? What is this? Freaking Crockett and Tubbs?
Yeah.
But Ted Brooks apparently is onto some Highlight, so.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to rewatch the episode just so I can totally hear it because it was I was busy taking calls at that time, so I was trying to listen while taking the calls.
Understood. We don't expect anyone to sit there for 3 hours a night listening to every word we say.
Yeah.
Tune in, tune out, do what you got to do. And not just you. I'm talking to everybody out there. You need to sit there every night, and you need to transcribe this, Joe. We're going to start quizzing you and Chef Tom and Penguin AZ and Steven. He doesn't know what's going on while it's happening. I can't quiz him.
Yeah. Okay. But but the two Gin, that would be. If I were playing by name, that would probably be a name that I would play because my mom's name was Ginny.
Have you ever really bet on a horse by name or just as a goof?
Sometimes. I mean, I haven't lately. But,
Yeah, the only reason I mentioned Gin is because I thought of the song, and I said, you know what, one more musical entry here. This is like a Mel Brooks movie. At the end, we break out into a musical.
Yeah. And we're testing Steven and whoever is pulling up the music right now.
Steven is on it 99.9% of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom's still sitting there. Tom, like you would think he's on it. When he was with this picture for 20 minutes now. You can't come up with anything else, Tom? All right, so who are your I'm sorry, man. I'm goofing around on you on your
don't worry about it.
So who are your picks? Who's gonna win this thing so that we can put our money on it?
All right.
Just give us a winner.
Let's go with 15. Let's go with the also eligible.
I like it.
And if I can an early Oaks Derby double right now, and I may change between now and 5 o'clock tomorrow when I'm at Parks. Right now, I am thinking the 15, Our Pretty Woman, and I'm thinking Honor Marie in the Derby right now.
In the Oaks.
Honor Marie's in the Derby.
Oh, in the Derby.
And trust me, when I was writing about his stories for my notes here, which we're not going to post because I lost like two articles looking at typing up this morning. I had such a hard time writing about Honor Marie's races because I kept wanting to put she, but it's a male, and throwing things off in my head.
Here's what I'm going to give you in the Oaks, Joe. All right, I'm just gonna throw out, and again, this is this is not a Bleacher bet lock or anything, but I'm gonna go. I'm with you on the 15. I'm gonna box it with the 11. All right, I like the 11, and they come in second race off a layoff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other horse that struck my fancy here was the hell is it? Was the 5. So, and again, this is not me doing a deep dive and spending 2 hours like I'll do on the Derby.
Yeah.
This is just me looking real quickly at things that I look at. So,
Yeah,
15, 11, 5. So if you're smart, you will immediately take your program and go, all right, 15, 11, 5, and move on like they don't
But-
even exist.
But I did give a 5-1 winner last Saturday.
Yeah, well, you're professional at this, bro.
Oh, I try to be.
No, you are a professional at this.
I got to be humble. But my Oaks picks are 15, the 13 just FYI. That's second race off a layoff.
You know I like that.
Yeah. 15, 13, 5, and 8.
God, Joe, there's only 6 horses in the race. You're picking all of them.
There's 14 horses running.
I know. I'm busting your balls.
I know.
Oh. All right. You want to where the heck is my effect here? I got us some horse racing. That's not it. Where the heck is it? While you shuffle your papers around to move over to the Derby, I don't know where it is. Hey, why don't we do this, Joe? Before we move forward with Derby talk,
Okay.
let's bring Steven in. Let's let him do his. Let's let him bang out his update here, his final update for the night. All right, and then we'll. You're fine, right? If you're
I'm
showing
fine.
if you're
I'm
showing
fine.
a little bit late. All right. So Steven, I'm gonna bring you in, pal. Let's find out my. So this is this is bittersweet, Steven, because my first pick tonight. I told you to bet on the Milwaukee Bucks, and I told you to bet. No, I
You
told you to
didn't.
bet on the. Yes, I did. I said bet on the Bucks and bet on Indiana. So I gave you both teams. I said Indiana wins the game, but I like the Bucks to cover and be close. This game is not close. Stupid move. I know that I'm making stupid moves, and I know why I'm making them, and we're going to correct that. But anyway, Indiana's way up. Let me count here for this. The 104
20.
by 20 points with 2.5 minutes left in the game. So, Steven, give us an update. What's up, pal?
All right, Pacers are up by 20 against the Bucks. 144, 2:32 left in that game. And Houston, the Guardians are up 2-0 against that Houston Astros. At the end of the first period in Toronto, it's a scoreless game, 0-0. No score there. And on this day in 1970, Diana Crump becomes the first female jockey to ride in the Kentucky Derby. Her mount Phantom finished 15th in a 17, thus Commander with Mike Macanello aboard wins the race. And that is your sports update.
Damn, Steven, these updates always go on forever. And now I'm trying to find something here.
It's because all the games are in the afternoon.
There it is. I've been looking for this clip, and I haven't.
All our games were in the afternoon. That's why.
All right. So Steven's done a. You got to give. Every time I goof on Steven, I hope everyone realizes that I'm just goofing. Steven, did you lock in any bets tonight on
No.
Underdog? You did not, huh?
Nope.
Nothing at all. All right. Damn it, Steven. Find me call to the post. I don't know where my call to the post is. That's the I put it on my board here, but it's obviously not marked yet. So let's get Joe back in. Quill's Picks winners daily. And when I tell you daily, 11 a.m. most days on the dot, these suckers drop. All right, now I gotta find Joe. Where the heck is
An early race like there was today at Aqueduct.
that's what I look at. I look at when, because Joe gets them to me at 2, usually around 2 a.m. And sometimes I'm up, and if I'm up, I slap them in. Other times, like this morning, I saw that it was a 2 a.m. last night, but I was kind of shot at 2 a.m. But I knew that it was an early race, so as soon as I woke up at 7 a.m. this morning, I got it up and got it scheduled, along with your 37 other pieces to make sure we get everything out. So I appreciate the content, man. It's absolutely great.
And I apologize for the 4 articles about
No, don't
No,
apologize, bro. Keep
because
coming.
it was either that or a 5,000 word article, which nobody would read.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. And soon you're not going to need me anymore because we're putting together access for everybody to go in directly, and you can post your stuff, schedule it out. And all right, so the Kentucky Derby. Now, do you bet all day on these races on Derby Day, or are you just like turn the TV on at 4:00, see all the cute little stories and the heartfelt stuff? And
I'll be watching the Churchill Downs feed at 10 o'clock in the morning. As soon as we're done on Saturday, I'll start setting up for work, even though I have an hour and a half to get ready. I'll put that on there. I'm ready to go. Maybe I do dabble because sometimes you can get those early winners where, you get a long shot. Those are a couple of short shots in his head. But
let's hope.
But, sometimes you get a 5, 6, 7, 8 to 1 shot early on, and that gives you a little extra money to play around with during the day.
Well, what crap, I got so many things. So where do you want to start here? How do you want to do it? You want to go through them one at a time? What do you want to do?
First thing I want to mention is we do have a scratch in the Derby. The 9 Encino is out. He was withdrawn on Tuesday. He had a workout. Had a great workout, and then all of a sudden things just weren't right with the horse. So Brad Cox withdrew him from the race, and they sent him to an equine hospital. They think it's a soft tissue injury. He should be fine in a while, I imagine, but he won't run, which sucked for me because I liked Encino's versatility of being in the front or coming from behind. But the 21 draws in this race who...
And also eligible. Joe, before you go on, go ahead, Stephen. Make it official here. Volume's low on that, but all right.
That's okay.
All right, so Encino out. Tommy, you taking notes on this stuff, dude? I know that you need to get to the track on Saturday over here, the Palm Beach Kennel Club. And get your beads and get your bet in. So where was Encino? What number was he?
Number 9.
Number 9. And for some reason, my printer only decided to give me... And my printer threw out a bunch of horses. It wouldn't print all the pages. So I'm old school, Joe. When we do our show on Saturday morning, I will have the form with me. I'm not printing things out. And I will do my deep dive.
Yeah. And I'm going to be doing my last handicapping stuff tomorrow, so that when I start work, I can just plug in what I want to play as I go along during the day while I'm working.
All right, give us a breakdown. Tell us when I was looking at this, Joe, I did just cross out a few of these horses.
Okay.
That were going down the list. Were there any that you just threw? You looked at them and you said nope, and you got rid of it.
Dornock I threw out, which in a way hurts me a little bit because that is Jason Work's horse.
Mm-hmm.
He's part of that ownership group. The one thing you have to remember for those that are tuning in that are unfamiliar, before 2019, they used to have the main gate of 14 horses, and they had an alternate gate of 6 horses. And the real estate that it took up meant that the one horse not only would have to worry about the 2 and the 3 horse crunching him inward, he also had to navigate around the turn at the start of the race. Now with this new gate that they got built from Australia, it's 20 horses, 1 gate, and you have almost a clear shot right to the rail to start the race. And they use this race only for the 1.25 mile races, and they write races at 1.25 miles from day one last Saturday till Saturday just so that they make sure that this gate is ready to go, operational, and will be working on Kentucky Derby Day.
It's good to test stuff out ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah. And Dornock will go for the lead. The 12 Track Phantom, he's going to go for the lead. I think Fierceness goes for the lead. So you got 3 horses that are very fast that are going to go crazy, and with the 150 to 200,000 people that are going to be there, and I'm overestimating, probably be about 165, 170. A lot of these horses have not heard that much noise coming at once. And you're going to see a lot of speed here. Epic Ride, who's going to draw in off of the AEs, the 21 AE meeting also eligible.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a horse on the lead as well. So you got, from what I've seen, 4 horses that can really gun it on the front end here. Oh, and also the mysterious Japanese horse, T.O. Password.
Yeah, so what do you do with these horses? Because there was 2 of them. There's a Japanese horse, and who's the other one? There's Teo Password, and then Forever Young.
Yes.
Is where's Forever Young in England? A Saudi. What do you? I just toss. I can't make heads or tails, so I just toss, and it's never backfired on me to this point.
Yeah, and the one thing is, the Japanese horses have been winning the biggest races around the world over the last couple of years. It's just they just train differently from us in the United States. They train and they breed for distance, whereas in America we breed for speed, and that's probably why the American horses are so fragile. On top of other things which we won't mention, Bob Ebbert. But there's going to be a year, and who knows, maybe it is Forever Young this year. He may win this year.
Nick Flick will be taking urine samples from all the horses before and after the race. So just putting that out there for people that don't know.
So there'll be an A sample, there'll be a B sample, and there'll be a C sample.
Exactly.
But the thing is, for whatever reason, it's so hard to find the video of the Japanese races, and on top of that, it's so hard to read the international races that they have here because their race data is different from ours when you look at the daily racing form. So you got to guess. But at least with Forever Young's 2 races, those races are available to you on Twin Spires, on TVG, and you can watch those 2 races and you can see that he had a wide trip in the Dubai World Cup. He was on the far outside gate, wide on the turn, both terms, and then took off and won easily in the Dubai World Cup, getting that berth.
And he has his own song.
Yeah, actually, he has 2 of them.
Oh, there's 2 Forever Young clones?
You picked the better one.
Steven picked it.
Yeah.
I can take no credit for this at all.
Yeah, because it was either that or Rod Stewart. And, the Rod Stewart isn't bad either.
Yeah, I don't care for Rod Stewart. Oh, dude, I don't believe that. Did you kick his butt? Oh, okay.
Are we sure?
Never mind.
No.
Where was it? Was this song from Napoleon Dynamite, or was this from 16 Candles or something? They played this in one of those movies.
It sounds. I mean, the time frame would tell me. Would tell me 16 Candles, because I think it is an 80s song.
Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite brought some songs back out though, but I think this is a 16. I don't know if it's 16 Candles though. Well, it's one of them Rat Packer movies.
No, you're probably going to have thoughts about this all night, but I just Googled it real quick. Career opportunities.
Never heard of Career Opportunities.
Jennifer Connelly is riding a toy, one of those mechanical horses in the store. You know how you used to have those mechanical stores in there, and they at Kmart and all them. Well, she's riding a horse on the. She's riding a horse in the movie, and it's like, whoa.
No, I never heard of that movie. Tom, what are you trying to do with that picture, dude? You've been on that thing for like an hour now. He is exactly. Uh-huh. Oh.
But I don't know where we were.
Forever Young, we were talking about.
Yeah, Forever Young, in my opinion, is the better Japanese horse. It's bred in Japan, ran its first 3 races in Japan, decided to take a chance with the Middle East route, which is the Dubai race.
Forever Young has never lost a race.
Yeah. And but the thing is, I bet those horses coming from the UAE Derby 2, 3, 4 times, and they've always come up short on me.
And where his how long's he been over? I mean, did he just get to town this week, or I'm not seeing any? They're not even showing any workouts on this. Or right here, a workout on April 30th at Churchill, and on the 24th at Churchill. So he's been here for a couple weeks.
And I think because he was coming from abroad, the horses do have to. Those foreign horses do have to quarantine no matter what track you're going to.
Okay.
Because, just make sure they're not bringing anything over here.
So how does that affect their training? Did they not train for a week or however long they have to quarantine for?
I would imagine that they can walk around and do certain things, but they try to keep them away from the general horse population at first.
It's a blowout in Philadelphia. The Knicks are up 5-0 a minute into the game.
Yeah, and that's and unfortunately, the Sixers got the late game tonight, and everybody was complaining in Philly. Oh, why 8 o'clock? Why 9 o'clock? It's
Prime time.
Well, the other game doesn't have any interest.
I was more interested in that other game. Oh, 7-0 Knicks. I really like Philadelphia tonight, though, Joe.
Me too.
I think that the Knicks just choked on their own vomit, and they're going to have some serious problems here. But we'll see. Up and the Sixers are on the board. All right, okay, proceed.
The horses that I like Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone caught my eye back in December. Lost in the Remsen, but it was such a close race with him and Dornock, and he just showed that he has the ability to go the mile and a quarter, can relax off of the pace and then make that move and win the race for you. And he's done it time and time again. Like I said, it's all about the consistency for me. Went to Fairgrounds, won on the slop there, and then he won at Keeneland in a race that he didn't really need to win, even though you're looking to get the points anyway.
All right, so let me ask you this for people that are not knowing and that are looking at this. So he's 4 races. He's won 3. He's coming second.
Yeah.
He's won on a fast track. He's won on a sloppy track. He came in second on the muddy track. Now, what is the difference between a muddy track and a sloppy track?
There's more standing water on a sloppy track.
So does that make the track faster, slower? Is it who does it favor?
I mean, it all depends if your horse can handle it. And also it's about knowing the track itself, because some of these horses ran in March when it was a major storm up in New York, and they were running wider. They were running about 10 wide in the stretch, but sometimes it depends on the day as well, because some days you have to be in the front. Sometimes it's okay to close. Sometimes you got to be 6 wide. Sometimes you got to be on the rail to win.
But it seems like a muddy track would be deep, no? Which would be which would work against everybody, but work against closers.
But what they do now, and this is within the last 10 years, what they do is they seal the track, which compacts the dirt so that it doesn't seep into the moisture doesn't seep as much into the base of the track, where you get really deep track and you sink in, you can't get a good grip of the track. You still get a good grip of the track, but you still have the water on top of the surface.
Okay. All right. Hopefully that answered questions. And if you have questions, you can throw them up in the chat. If you have questions and you want to call the show, we'll answer them tonight. I mean, we're not going to stay here all night with you, but we'll answer them. 561-286-7274.
Okay.
Okay, buddy. Keep it going.
Mystic Dan, you can toss him.
And Tom and Steven, if you have questions.
Yeah.
Napoleon, if you have questions, feel free to let us know. And
Catalytic only has 3 races. That's the 5-horse. Catching Freedom, the 4, which I skipped there accidentally. I think that horse can close. That was he won the Louisiana Derby, which is 1 mile and 3/16, which is the longest prep race in North America.
who are we talking about?
The 4, Catching Freedom.
Okay, Catching Freedom. Okay.
Yeah, and Catching Freedom probably could have beaten Sierra Leone in the race before the Risen Star in February on that sloppy track, but he ended up in a tight position, deep stretch, and had his momentum stopped a little bit. So he did show that he could handle a wide trip. Also, the fact that he can close, especially with the fact that we got some speed horses here, he could be a dangerous horse here as well. Just Steal the 6, very inconsistent. And if you look at that horse, I think he's run 12 or 13 times. That's the way D. Wayne Lucas does things. He's an old school trainer. He's won the Derby a ton of times. He's won Triple Crown races a ton of times. It's just the way he does things, and he runs them like clockwork every 3 to 4 weeks, it seems.
I shy away from horses in the Derby that have run a lot. I mean, they'll make me, and if something about that horse makes me like it, I really, really, really go deep in, because I feel like, and I could be wrong, I didn't pull up any historical stats, just my memory. Whoa, what's going on there, Steven?
That was me.
Oh, that was you?
I tried to mute it. I couldn't get it there in time.
Oh, okay. It seems to me that the horses that have had the better success are the lighter race, and they get knocked. The so-called experts will say, well, Smarty Jones. What was Smarty Jones going into the Derby? 3-0?
4.
Yeah. It didn't have enough races.
4.
But other horses, it's the lightly raced, and we don't know, and he's undefeated, but the but is this: the horse doesn't know how to lose yet.
Yeah.
And I consider that. If I look at a horse that's run 10 times, 8 times, he's won once, he's been all over the place, 7th, 9th, 2nd, 14th, didn't finish. Well, that horse knows how to lose.
Yeah.
And, this is not where you want a horse that knows how to lose. But also, if I can point out, and you correct me if I'm wrong, because, I'm the amateur here. This is one of the... I look at the Derby as this is your best chance to make a bundle of all 3 Triple Crown races.
Yeah.
But this is the hardest race to handicap, because you got 20 friggin' horses in there.
Yep.
So everything that you thought about and you predicted to happen, or what should happen, you can just toss it out the window as soon as the race starts.
Yeah. I mean, all the work you do, and and if you read the race properly, congratulations, because there is no way of predicting everything to go the way you expect it to go.
Do you ever bet on just the jockey alone? Would you bet on this jockey?
Maybe if you shaved his goatee off, because there is some wind resistance.
Lost about 300 pounds.
Well, you said that, not me. Now, one thing I have to tell you, The reason why the superfecta, for example, has the potential to pay some gross domestic products in countries is because if you have a full field of 20 and you play a 4-horse box, well, actually, with a superfecta, there are 116,280 combinations that could come out if every horse was given an equal chance.
More math tonight. Okay.
And that's going to be 102 or 103 of horse racing.
So what is the superfecta? That's 5 horses, 6 horses, 4 horses, 4 horses. And a 3 horse is a trifecta, and a 2 horse would be a bifecta then, right?
Exacta, perfecta, exactor in Canada. It depends what the racetrack calls it.
Okay.
But with the Derby trifecta, a 3-way box is 6,840 combinations. So, that's why you're going to get big money on that even.
So what would that cost though?
Well, that's the probability of hitting it on a 3-horse box.
On a 3-horse box, okay.
Yeah, there's 6,840 different combinations.
Philadelphia is not look like they want to play tonight. 16-4 halfway through the first.
Glad I don't have my Sixers jersey on. But it's early yet, so.
You know why? You know why this is happening? Ron has not sung at a playoff game yet this year. And apparently he's not going to unless the Knicks call him.
Or Boston.
Boston, who will Boston play next? Boston will play Indiana next?
Cleveland.
Well, it depends.
Orlando. Cleveland, Orlando winner.
I'm going to give you a lock right now for tomorrow night. Since we're not going to be on, you don't have to wait for this. Orlando is a lock tomorrow night. Right now they're -4. This game goes 7. This series goes 7. Home team wins, home team wins, home team. These teams are consistent to being inconsistent, but Orlando, take them. They win by 12 points tomorrow night. And I didn't even look at the game. All I did was look at the point spread, and I said, you know what? Orlando, if I could tell you to pick Orlando 30 times tomorrow night to make up for all my shit I gave you this week, I would do that.
Yeah, and I haven't been tailing you, so, you can't blame me for being the mush.
No, you should have told me last week, man.
Yeah, I didn't, but
I literally have people that I don't know from other states that have somehow, I don't know how they got my number, but I got 2 kids calling me almost every day or texting me. AJ, what do I do?
Glad they don't have my number. Because, who do you like in the Derby? I mean, I'm already gonna get like 5 of them, and I'll be like trying to do it between calls on Saturday. But
what I'm going to be able to do when you're done here, Joe, going through this, is I'm going to be able to just give you 4 horses that I see now. That doesn't mean that when we sit down on Saturday, I could go in a totally different direction, but right now, if I was out of time, I just really, I got 4 that I sort of like.
Yeah.
Good evening, Chairman of the Board. Mr. Sinatra's in the house tonight. Chairman of the Board. Is that what they call him?
He's one of my friends that I've followed from the Action Labs group.
Okay. What is the Action Labs group?
It's another sports page and stuff like that.
Well, we appreciate you checking in, and we got your song here, Chairman. Okay, buddy, keep going.
So, what were the four that you're talking about here?
The 4 that I'm seeing are the 2.
Okay.
Which is Sierra Leone, but Sierra Leone is going to be the favorite when they come down to post time. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to toss because I'm in this to make a fortune. So the favorite always gets tossed. Catching Freedom. And then I've got in my initial Anna Marie. And something that we all used to say to the girls back in the day when we were younger, just a touch. Just a touch. I liked Encino.
Yeah, I like them too because I like the versatility.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm leaning with the 2, Sierra Leone. 7 right now would be my Derby horse. So it'd be 2-7.
We're on the same pages so far here, buddy. But you're not gonna make any money with the 2 because when the general public gets a hold of this, they're gonna bet this 2 way, way, way down. So you could make money with the 2 in a box, in a trifecta, but if the 2 wins, nobody's getting rich here. Unless, I don't know, pick your 99 to 1er, comes in second, then you got a little bit. But again, I always look at the Derby and sort of like basketball, NBA playoffs, there was a 5 or 6 year run.
Yeah.
Where I couldn't lose on Triple Crown races, but that was a long time ago. So if you had Grand Mo the first, boxed with Sierra Leone, and somehow Grand Mo snuck across the wire first, you're gonna make some cash. But where you're really gonna make a bundle is you got to take that favorite and toss them and cross your fingers, because unlike a normal horse race, anything can happen in the Kentucky Derby.
Exactly. And the one horse that I will throw in there right now, I'll throw in the 4 as well, which is the horse you like, Catching Freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And let's put in a bomb in there. Let's put in Endlessly. Started on the turf.
What number's Endlessly? Let me find him.
14.
All right. Got it. Endlessly. Okay. Yep. He ran 1, 2, 3, 4 races on the turf initially, and was really good on the turf, buddy. 1, 1, 1. Then he came in 8th. But all right. So let's throw that. This is how I. Whoa, buddy.
I'm listening.
So again, without a deep dive, the horse was really good on the turf, and then he got tired. So he ran July, September, October, November. He had a horrible race, and then they gave him a break.
That November race, toss that, because that juvenile turf race, that is a race that the European horses always win.
Okay.
So that's a race where you can just toss it. It was like, I watched that race. He made a move. It just wasn't his day. They experimented with the Tapeta at Golden Gate Fields in Turfway, got 2 wins, and if he takes to the dirt, he could be a great horse to play at 49 to 1 right now.
So if we toss that race, this horse is undefeated.
Yes. And that track at Churchill does tend to not completely cancel out the turf horses on the dirt. The turf horses do run fairly well in the dirt there.
I'm going to take a long, hard look at this horse, because especially if he's 30 to 1 right now, let's say that post time we can get him at 14, 15 to 1 maybe. Because what I think happens in the Derby too, is it possible that the friggin' Sixers don't score 10 points in the first period? 26 to 9 right now with 4 minutes left. Yeah, I think the Knicks have rebounded better than I thought they were gonna.
But the Sixers always won the first quarter, so this is a role reversal.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. It's a long game, but
it is a
21.
huge deficit.
We're down 19 right now. For what happens when you're looking at the Derby too is, especially people that make a little bit of a day out of it and they put the coverage on at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whenever it starts. Well, for the first 8 hours, kind of like a Super Bowl pregame, it's stories about every horse. And the story is going to pull at your heartstrings, and the story is going to make you feel good about that horse, and the story is going to make you want to bet on that horse. So, a 30 to 1er now, especially a 30-to-1er that is 5 out of 6, and you can really toss his one bomb because
Yeah.
it wasn't like he lost a close race. It was a bomb. And
Yeah.
then they gave him time off, and then he came back, and they switched up everything. They took him off the grass.
Went on the synthetic.
And he won and won. So.
And he only needs to get that 10th furlong. He's already won at 9.
Yeah, and the thing is, he closes. So yeah, this is a horse to. This is what the fuck is going on here, Joe? Is this what you're asking for?
And his sire Oscar Performance does have an average winning distance of 7.4 furlongs, which is right up there with the other ones. And I don't know what the hell Tom's doing there.
I don't know. No, he doesn't know.
Yeah, and Chairman is there saying, "What the hell did I walk into?"
This is a good night, Chairman.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I mean right now, I'm probably going to change my decisions a million times. So it'll be 2-4-7-14 right now for the Kentucky Derby, and I right now will play a 15-7 Oaks Derby double, and that may pay several thousand because there's so many different combinations you can have.
So a 15-7 Oaks double. Okay, so you literally can basically parlay the Oaks and the Kentucky Derby.
Yes.
And you're doing this on Twin Spires?
I will do it on Twin Spires, and I will also do it live at Parks with my buddy Mike.
Nice.
Yeah, since we can't do the Derby thing, we're doing the Oaks thing.
Maybe you should be going live. Maybe I got to get you. I have to get you the access. Maybe you can do some 30-second lives, some minute lives, a Derby recap, the hype beforehand. Up to you.
Yeah.
Put eyes on.
I might do an IRL, as they call it, on Twitch, and just give some thoughts on the race. Just some final thoughts on the race on my Twitch stream.
And I'm still looking at endlessly here. Turf synthetic specialist. There's one posted noteworthy on the dirt. Obviously has talent, but looks more turf inclined.
Yeah.
His recent dirt works have not inspired confidence.
But there's always some horse that you're just wondering what the hell happened, and I think that's the horse that will be up there, and and if the Broken Network was up and about, I'm sure somebody could give a $50,000 superfecta and not play it again.
Yeah, probably. But they're on to bigger, better things. Oh, Sixers are on a run. They've cut the lead down to 17.
Yikes!
And they've broken double digits.
About time.
So, all right. So, Joe Quills writes every day. Joe is. So will there be an article tomorrow with these picks and what people should lock in?
Yes.
Okay. Article on what people should lock in on the Oaks, and then at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. Steven, you could be available at 8 a.m. Saturday morning for us, pal. It's 5 a.m. your time, buddy. It's Kentucky Derby. It's a big show. You just make sacrifices. You know what I mean?
Hey, Tom, can you confirm Adam Sandler's statement that Sammy Davis Jr. only has one eye?
Yeah, he does only have one eye.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I do confirm that, and chairman of the board confirms it as well.
Very good. Very good. So, all right. So coming up next on Twitch, the Joe Quills Show.
In about 2 minutes.
In a few minutes. And it's going to stay on Twitch, but it's also going to be run beginning on, what did we say, the 13th, whatever that is? Not next Monday, but the following Monday.
Correct.
You're going to be able to find it on 102.9, The Game. You're going to be able to find it on the Bleacher Brothers Facebook, YouTube, X, our Twitch, and then we're going to launch out to that week to different places. I don't know how those are going to work out, but to, Rumble and to, as Pete calls it, LinkedIn, and some of these different and the shows will be playing live on our website as along with 102.9 website, Broad Street South website. So you basically, it's going to be impossible not to find us here.
Yeah.
Very soon. So, Joe, we appreciate you coming in tonight. We appreciate all your hard work.
Thank you.
And go. So if you're new to this, especially the horse racing, he's given you Horse Racing 101. Horse Racing 102 is on its way. You're not going to get everything before the Derby. We can't teach everything that we know, that he knows overnight. But, we will, like I said, we will make a degenerate out of you. That should be our tagline, is that we'll make a degenerate out of you.
Yeah.
Remember, our sports book of the day that we're promoting is, it's not really a sports book, but it's a daily fantasy, which is Prize Picks. They will match your bonus up to $100. So get in there with them. We got to thank Ted Brooks for coming on with us tonight. It was great to hear from Ted. We need more Ted more often. We need to thank, who else do we need to thank? We don't need to thank Nick because, Nick is part of the show. I can't get this dopey thing off my screen now, and now I lost Joe. But anyway, thank everybody for listening. Thank all the guests from this week. Next week, the show will go on without me. But it'll go on, and there'll be revolving people sitting here anchoring it, and knowing them, they'll bring really big guests and draw big crowds because they did that the last time I wasn't here. Great job this week, Tom, Steven. Who else do we need to thank? Bill Perkins. Who else did we have, Steven? Help me out here. Toby, Toby, not really one to thank because Toby's he's part of the team now. I can tell you who we had. We had Ted Brooks. We had Luch. We don't thank him. Spencer Rich, our guest of the week there. Make sure you tune in next on Twitch to the Joe Quill Show. And then Sixers are on a run. It's 33-19, 45 seconds left in the first. Still a long time to go, guys. Don't anybody get all worked up yet. And Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Get your coffee, get your donuts, get your pad, your paper, your notes, and get ready because we're gonna break it down. We're gonna give you the winners. So. Yeah, I'm sure that we will. There's a lot to talk about, and Mr. Biden, do you have any picks for the race there, Mr. Biden? Exactly. Everybody have a great weekend. The Bleacher Brothers show will be back on Monday, and again, stay tuned for all the other shows that are coming up, and especially also eligible. Until next time, all that stuff.